Okay, I'm hoping that that fixes it for you. Yay! I'm so happy now. Not as happy as I was when I found my bucket in Stanley, but happy just the same. Yeah, OBS had an update this morning, and it every time it does, it resets stuff. The first thing I checked was, of course, the audio output, and it was on nothing. So I fixed that, but no, it's just a tweak here and a tweak there. And you know this because you've helped me walk through all of them. And that was the reason I knew what to look for. So thank you, Emers. Um, so my intro was, this is why the channel is called Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber. This is my home. Welcome home. Uh, as many tech issues as I've had, you would think it wouldn't bother me to redo my intro all the time, but what's weird is that I cannot hear people, but if I see their lips moving, it's like I can hear slightly in my head, so I can't always tell if it's low volume or just my ability to tell what people are saying. Um, I understood what you meant. I have tinnitus, very bad, and fact is I'm getting older, so that is actually messing with my hearing already being bad. And as you get a little older, you lose some of the um, wavelengths of sound. So I find that I read lips a lot, which is terrible because you're supposed to be looking people in the eye when you're actually talking to them. And I try to bounce up and down because a lot of times I don't hear some of the distinctions in words. COVID was hell. I couldn't see people's lips, and I had so much trouble hearing. Um, yeah, COVID was hell. The masks, and I mean, what would you do? Uh, so, okay. Um, my current life finally got no actual resolution on what's wrong with my mic, but the manufacturer's going to send me a new one. So we'll see if it's if I'm still having the same problems with the mic, which was fine before I installed their software, which I have uninstalled. Um, if I still have problems, then I'm going to have to take my computer into somebody and have them figure out what the problem is in my computer because it was registering it as a device, but it wouldn't register it in the sound mixer, so I couldn't actually access the mic to use it. Very, very frustrating. What's funny is when Raven is muted or in ads, I pretend like I can read his lips. Also, I think the mic issue is driver related. Well, we checked the drivers though. We checked and they were completely installed properly. Yeah, it knows it's a device, but not what device it is. Well, I double checked. In fact, that's one of the little videos that I sent to the manufacturer was me looking and updating the drivers and still nothing. I wish it was that simple. It was the problem is that yes, it was dropping sound, but as soon as I put in installed their software, which was their recommendation, as soon as I did that, the mic was completely unusable. And even though I've uninstalled it, now my system doesn't recognize that it's the mic is there at all. I've tried it in the C port, I've tried it in a 3.0 and a 2.0. Um, we just don't know anymore. So they're going to send me a new one and we're going to plug that in and see. Now, the only um, USB drive, the USB driver. Well, if this has got a C with a USB adapter, why would it? It's not an older thing, so why would it have a problem? Okay, well, Now the UEFI, I don't know what that is, but I will check and see if maybe it is a USB driver that's causing problems. Um, I'm not appearing to have any, I haven't plugged anything into the C, so I don't know, the C port. So I don't know if that one is having issues, but I'm using the other ports and there doesn't seem to be a problem. Like the 3 that I put it in now has my controller that I played Red Dead on Thursday with. Newer thing than the BIOS. Okay. Okay. So that's an ongoing thing. Um, do I have another PC to check the mic with? We did. We did, and it's just not my phone. Can I check the C port with my phone? I probably could. I haven't, but I do have a C to C cord, so I can check that. Not right now, it's all the way on the back of my desk. Not that getting back there is difficult. We specifically left space. Because we have 4 computers back to back. There are 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. In order to get to all of the cords, we just left a body-sized space in between. Um, Jinxie, welcome in. I know it's Jinx, but I don't care. To me, you're Jinxie forever and always. I'm so glad you got that Banshee last night. That was exciting to watch. Um, plug the microphone into the phone, the cell phone. Is that what you're saying? I will try that. Um, you don't care whether it's your whether you're my favorite or not. I do. I have favorites. Um, and it's not that I don't like other people. There's just you know what it's like. You have your friends and you have your acquaintances and then you have your best friends. And don't know any of you guys personally, but there are some people that I don't know. Somehow or other, I just click with them. Oh, I see. You don't care if I call you Jinxie. Okay. And then I have Emrys. Emrys is my tech guru, and I appreciate him so much you don't even know. Um, but I haven't caught any of your streams, Emrys, and so I have to have favorite streamers somewhere. Jinxie is actually one of them, even though I haven't watched very many. He's educational and entertaining about his games, and I really appreciate that. So, microphone. Um, I'm freezing. Literally, it's 35 outside. I don't know, it may have gone up by now. 35 Fahrenheit for you Celsius people, that's just over 0 centigrade. And what really sucks is that it was 70 last week, or about 21. And Saturday, it will be 90, which is 32 in Celsius. So yeah, I hate I hate March because there's almost always it's a beautiful spring type day for maybe a week. I joke that we have it for about 2 minutes and then we get another hard freeze like we've gotten the last couple of days. And then suddenly it's summer. It just sucks. 34. Um, I thought you lived, oh, 34 Fahrenheit. My brain went into Celsius there. Yeah, -4. It's crazy. I remember your bio tells me where you're at. So yeah, well, at least you're up where it's supposed to be cold like that. Emerson and I are in the middle of the country where it isn't normally like that this late in the season. I mean, -4 or 25, 25 is a hard freeze around here. And this winter so far, I think the lowest low we had was 18 with a wind chill that put it at about -2, but 307.15. Oh, no, he means 34 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I had the same reaction. Um, yeah, we're in the middle of the country right now. We're dealing with cold air blowing out of Canada. And so yesterday and today was at freezing. The whole world can be angry. Um, but the thing is, it was a beautiful spring day last week, and it's going to be summer come the weekend. It's supposed to be 80 here tomorrow, which is 26, 27, somewhere in that range. Um, yeah. And then 30, 31, 32 on Saturday when it was freezing here these 2 days. I'm in one of those states where they joke that if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes, it will change. And spring is really like that, um, all over the place. The cold snap that we're having right now, followed by a whole bunch of heat, is not a good thing because that's conducive to tornadoes, particularly if the West Coast has any humidity, any moisture in the air, because as soon as that hits our heat next week, that can cause tornadoes. So it'll be an interesting weekend. Um, if it is my computer, Emrys, at least I have an option to give my computer up to the tech for a while, since I'm going to be gone all of May. I can give it to him and say, whatever it is you need to do, fix it. Um, I'll check the USB drivers, but it just kind of, if the other stuff is working in it, why would that? I guess we'll find out. Um, okay, so I have said several times on the channel something along the lines of, I wonder where that comes from. And that is a word or a phrase, whatever. That is called etymology. It's the study of words. And one of my favorite word nerds is Rob Watts, who has the YouTube channel Rob Words. I, I love him. He takes word nerdiness and makes it fun. But he gives a lot of insight. Well, now he has a podcast with a woman. Her name is Jess Zafaris, who is an author, and this is one of her books, Useless Etymology by Jess Zafaris. Um, I got that as a Christmas gift. And so I'm going to do some etymology stuff just at the beginning. I might do it at the end instead. I'm still playing with it. Um, it is commonly said that Shakespeare invented more than 1,700 words. While it's true that his plays are the first documented appearance of many words, in most cases he did not just pluck them out of thin air, though it is worth noting that he is credited with coining the phrase into thin air. The majority are alterations or remixes of pre-existing words. He added prefixes and suffixes, changed the part of speech, combined words, and shifted definitions. So, this one, I like this one. Unfriending is much older than social media. The word unfriended appears in both Twelfth Night and King Lear, both in the early 1600s. So there you go. Um, there's lots of them that are just archvillain is found in Measure for Measure. Lackluster is in As You Like It. One Fell Swoop is in Macbeth. There's lots of them. But I'm going to go through here and each day pick just something. That Shakespeare thing is a page and a half of her story. Although Rob Words has a whole video, and they're, I think, 20 minutes long, 15, 20 minutes long, has a whole video. Shakespeare, what happened to the king? He unfriended me. Yeah, exactly. Um, Squirrel. Rob Words has a specific video on the 1700 words that Shakespeare is assumed or reported to have created out of thin air. So if you're a word nerd, it's really worth looking up Rob Words. He's really, excuse me. He's really, it's great. Okay. A word? He's a word? That's confusing though. We like word nerd. I'm fine with being a word nerd. Pronunciation is a big thing for me, but we won't get into that. There's actually some of those in this book, which is funny. Sorry, apparently I have a word nerd. So the game today, actually the A Mystery in History was the title that I was giving to a different game, but it works for this one. I don't know, I mixed up my games when I was loading. This is called Lamplight City, and there's a Pokemon in chat, a wild Remoraid. I've added the PokeCatch Pokemon community game, I think is what it's called. So the README on Lamplight City. The thriving port of New Britain, I think it's Britain, is a beacon of progress and industrial advancement in the New World. Yet beneath the promises of a shining 19th century future, the city rests upon foundations of poverty, class struggle, and crime. For police detective turned private investigator Miles Fordham, Lamplight City's shadowy corners are just part of the territory. But with his former partner constantly speaking to him from beyond the grave, his grip on sanity is slowly loosening. Can Miles find justice for his clients and track down his partner's killer before his entire world falls apart? And every time I minimize this, it mutes in the background. So if I have to, that's what's going on. The only thing I've come in here to do is settings, because the music was ridiculously loud. I don't know about the voice volume and the overall sound volume, so I'm going to hush it so you can hear music and tell me if it's good or I need to tweak it. I can't get to my mixer. It's gonna minimize it and there won't be any sound. Good. No, I can't. Can you guys hear the game sounds? Seems all right. Okay. Well, then let's find out about Lamplight City. Kind of a cute vibe for 19th century. Rough night? Wake up, sunshine. Bill, wake up. The carriage is on fire. Oh, it's a choose.
Wake up, sunshine.
It's a choose
I told
game.
you not to call me that.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry
Yeah?
I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Hell, maybe Adelaide can even
It's
join
in stereo?
us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
I mean, it is
I'm
for
afraid
me.
she mostly sticks to tea these days.
Miles,
Is she
what
pregnant?
exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't. Why do you think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
It's mean.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I
This
bet
guy's
the
a
devil
lush.
my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager. Ah, we've arrived. After you, Bill.
The carriage looks more like a train cart. A train car. A train... What do they call it? Berth? Berth usually means bed, though, so... Train cabin? Just doesn't... It looks too big and weird, blocky to be
Thank
a
you. Keep the change.
carriage. Thank you, Governor.
And so, our night of excitement begins.
Hanbrook
You more than
Flower
anyone else
Shop.
should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Left click to interact with objects. The mouse cursor is context sensitive. I figured that out already. All right, let's go in the door.
Come on, Bill.
I like point and clicks. I like mysteries.
Charming little place, isn't it?
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
Be right there.
Ding.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as
The
customers
guy
tonight,
knows what
ma'am.
peonies
I'd
are.
like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm
Junior,
Detective
place,
Miles
dude.
Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time either.
Before?
It was made
It's happened
anonymously.
before?
But are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, Detective.
I'll reserve judgment. The dialogue is a little hokey, but okay. Maybe they're trying to be a little more proper, as you would have found in some areas in the early 19th century, 1800s. Wow.
Could you give me
Burglaries.
the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen.
They do
And 2
blink.
weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies.
Well, then it
Last
wasn't a
Friday,
robbery, was
It
it?
happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
Are there any suspicious people? I'm wondering if I have an option to come back to some of these others. Maybe because herself is there. Let's
Have
ask
you been
her
in
about
business
herself.
long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and
There's your
neither
answer,
of them have
Amherst.
been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close
You can
up
still
the
close
shop.
it up.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
I guess she's really not all that terribly concerned about this, because she's being
You mentioned your assistant has the other
Kind of
shop key. What can
annoying.
you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here then, if that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
She's snotty. I don't like her. But why are the flowers coming in at night? It prevents them from being processed properly. And they're going to be a little more wilted tomorrow than that's strange.
Have you
Suspicious
noticed
people.
any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble,
be.
you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the two men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those
She
quite clear,
doesn't trust
Detective.
I think
police.
that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Well, that's right, because these guys aren't police. Oh, wait. He was a policeman, and this is his buddy, his partner, which I'm assuming is
Got a
going to
minute,
die
Bill?
soon.
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so fantastic. Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out. Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of
Oh,
cleaning your
shit.
shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
You couldn't smell that?
What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Hanbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my
Chumley.
mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once this case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or 4.
Hair of the dog?
Or
Or
4?
medicine.
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be
Meh.
any number of reasons.
Could
The
be.
best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
All right. So, because I had to restart OBS, restarting the stream, I didn't have to restart OBS, but I did have to restart the stream. It wants me to run ads. So usually I run them at the beginning and we have a whole hour. I don't have that option right now. We have a minute before ad, so I run 3 minutes every hour to keep pre-rolls off. That way our friends can come into the house without having to wait. And of course, ads support the stream. So I will see you back here in about 3 minutes. Where's my cursor? Welcome back. This actually is in full screen mode. I don't know why it keeps minimizing when I go away from it. I double checked. All right, we already talked to him about
Let's
himself.
get back to it.
All right.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
That's a certainty.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go near the flower shops in Lyon.
All right, let's go invade her space.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Yeah, but look at that window.
A rather distinguished-looking gentleman.
Reminds me of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
A young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hambrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
There's a fire escape by the window.
The window latch. Securely locked.
Oh, that was a right mouse click. Einstein said only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. He was uncertain about the former. Yeah, well, death and taxes, the thing is you can avoid taxes. It's not legal to do it, but you can avoid them. I right-clicked and we ended up in our notebook. So that's... Find and wait for Trevor Hastings and speak to him. Okay, so that's what we've got. How do I... Oh, I exit with the exit button. That's how I...
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Handbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. I
She
don't
doesn't
think
grow
this
the
window
flowers
would
here.
serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
He really loves his hometown.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication.
You have to pay taxes after death even. If you were alive during the year, they make you pay for while you were living, unless it was early in the year and then you don't make enough to qualify and are exempt. That is a fact. I'm an accountant and I have prepared taxes in the past for just the average taxpayer.
Thinking about life's great mysteries again, are you?
I've done some small business stuff, but mostly it's individual taxes. And there really is no way to get around income tax legally. There are ways to decrease it, but not to not pay it at all unless you want to end up like Al Capone in prison.
A pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
I've never much understood art, but it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
If they don't come waltzing in for it, you'd be surprised, actually. People who are getting back the refundable tax credits, they're usually there as early as they can to get it back as quickly as they can, and they're usually pretty happy to come in. Not always happy when they go out. I've had people yell at me because I didn't prepare the tax return
to be taking in,
correctly.
But we really should be getting a move on.
Because they should have gotten back more of their money. Now, keep in mind, these are people who paid no taxes during the year, so I used to want to go to them and say, you're welcome. I wrote a $5,000 check last week, you know.
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer and growth tonics.
Growth tonics, eh?
That's why I don't
Plant
do
growth
taxes
tonics,
anymore.
Bill.
Of course. I knew that.
Did we look at this flower display?
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there. Plants hanging on hooks. A nice space-saving
I was trying to
method.
look at the
I'd
window.
probably bang my head against them constantly if I had them in my apartment.
All right, let's talk to her again.
I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Handbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
Okay, I didn't see a... How am I supposed to wait for him? Wait for him and speak to him. And there was no... Did I miss something? There was no point of entry. Possible on the fire escape. I wonder... if I can go outside and get to the fire escape. Let's try that. I forgot to do my taxes.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was going to check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Clues can be
Fair
garbage
point.
too. All right, can we go that way?
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Certainly looks cozy in there.
Plants have a nice way of doing that.
Okay, I'm
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
okay. So I missed something upstairs. I must have, and that's going to trigger Trevor coming back. We looked at the crates. We looked at the window. We looked at that device. We looked at the shelf. Pictures. So what did I miss here?
The window latch, securely locked. Interesting. There's a gap between the
Okay.
window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room. I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
They could
It's time for
open
an
the
experiment.
latch.
I'm
Yeah.
going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Okay. But where am I going to find it? Go down her and ask her? Oh. By the way, I forgot to do this because you're not on my list yet, Jinx. You are now, though. Hotspot icons will change when new interactions are available.
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Hambrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
You're stuck here, lady. You're stuck here all night until I am done with you.
Mrs. Hambrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
It's a distinct possibility, but I have yet to figure out exactly how.
Well, I trust you'll come to a satisfactory conclusion, Detective.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
But.
Aha! This hook is
Okay.
exactly what I need. Mrs. Hambrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our
It's
investigation.
crucial.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Okay, I
Please
want
do,
to.
Detective.
That hook is sturdy enough to hold that plant up in a pot. I don't think it's thin enough to go through a crack in the window. A little bit.
Good. Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop. Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine.
It's a
Now
fire
then,
escape.
Please close and lock the window, Bill.
That's a seriously large hook.
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You taught me, remember?
No.
No.
Are you sure it was me?
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be telling.
All right. You need to fix the window, lady. Oh, here's Trevor.
Ah, Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the
Leger.
burglars, and they're here investigating.
Why does she sound
I only did
suspicious?
it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
My partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
Send me out to watch the things I'm allergic to.
Now, Mr. Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions.
Go on, then.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you lots sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to.
So
Anyhow,
he's the one who called him.
all I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a
The
sad
right
state
way.
of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
Do you have much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, Detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
Real mystery.
How
Talk
long
about
have you been
you.
working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along. Even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Opened the shop 30 years ago. If they did that in their early 20s, she's not that old. Stop calling her long in the tooth.
Could you walk me
We're
through
not
the
horses.
process of your deliveries?
Of course, there's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascone around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
Okay.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective. If you don't mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
Learn anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk.
Not for more than a moment, but still out of sight, yeah. I'm wondering what's being smuggled in the crate. And they feel bad about it damaging the lilies, so that's why they pay for it. Run away, that is not the right sound. That is supposed to be another one bites the dust
Lost
for
in
well
thought again,
puppies.
Fordham?
I'll I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
Okay, things that changed. Does it still want... Hey, Saul, welcome home. Oh, I put the... Oh, yeah, I gotta put it back.
Oh, thank you, Detective. That's quite decent of you.
Do I have a man of your word, kept your promises to Mrs. Hanbrook. Do I have an inventory? I, tab, E. None of those do anything, so we're going to say no. I don't have an
Got a minute,
inventory.
Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
What do
Any
we
thoughts
think
on
of
Mrs. Hanbrook's
these?
assistant, Trevor?
Yes, I feel sorry for him.
Why? He seems to enjoy his work.
Nah, it's not that. He's obviously smitten with Mrs. Hanbrook, but she won't give him the time of day.
What? You only saw him for a few moments. How in the ether did you get that impression?
The way he looked at her, the way he spoke when he confessed to contacting the police. Shall I go on?
No, that's fine. I see what you mean.
Really, Miles? You'd be surprised what you can learn from people if you just look at them.
Why bother doing that when I've got you to do it for me?
That's why they work in pairs.
Based on what we've been told in our
Usually,
experiment,
maybe not
I
anymore.
can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
And I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's
They've
go
been
have a chat
partners,
with
like,
Mrs. Hanbrook.
forever,
I'm
because he
sure
was
she'll
talking
be
about
delighted to know we're spending the night.
drinking with him 5 years ago. So if he hasn't learned by now,
Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet
it's
up here.
there,
I'm surprised
Saul,
we didn't go deaf after the last time we did
because
this.
I appreciate
What?
you,
I said, oh,
and
right.
it's
Your
new.
sense of humor remains on point.
It just got
Miles,
my
have you
shout-outs
ever
working.
considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after
Britannia.
a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just...
Shh. I think I heard something.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, no.
Bill?
Oh boy,
Stop!
of
Police!
course.
Damn it! He's gone up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof.
Up the
Stay
fire
close and
escape?
keep me covered.
Why do people do that when they're running? They run up. Why? Whoever it is lost
Bill!
their hat.
Stay back,
Somebody lost
officer.
their hat. He lost his hat.
Knife.
Ready your pistol, Fordham.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now! There's really no need for this, officer.
He's gonna throw him off the roof.
To uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened. Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
Look, we've caught you red-handed. Put down the knife, let my partner go, and give yourself up.
No! I'm not going to jail. Do you know what they do to people in there?
Yes, I do. If you cooperate, I'll see if I can
Particularly
get
in
the judge
the
to ease your sentence.
early
I appreciate your
1800s.
tactics,
Yeah.
Fordham, but this really isn't the time.
Oh my. We know he dies.
No!
Yeah, he threw him off the roof.
Bill!
That's what
Oh,
I thought.
God. I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
Yeah, not a very good shot at all. Why are we looking at the woman?
Wake up, sunshine.
I thought that's what I called you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
Yeah, kind of. He's losing his mind.
That was the idea.
Come now, you don't really mean that.
Yeah, I do.
Believe me, I do.
Dead
I know
person
it's
is
not
talking to
easy,
me.
But there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
Emrys lives in the middle of the country. It's a very good chance that he is a good shot. I feel like you're making me go
Losing
insane.
my grip on reality, and it's all because of you.
Believe me, I know. It's not a pretty situation. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Yes, I know. Find the burger from the flower shop.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was you who killed me.
Oh,
But the point remains. You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
A decent night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
oh.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
And whose fault
That's no
is that?
excuse not to keep
Hanging
trying.
around just for 3
I know
months.
the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room.
Why would that be in your bedroom? If I were a man, I'd freak out having my mother-in-law's picture in the bedroom.
Remember before you started taking that medicine and you could actually read a book for more than 10 minutes before falling asleep? You were a lot more fun to talk to back then. I'm certain a permanent indentation in the shape of your rear is starting to form on that thing. Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Right. Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind. I'm certain
Oh, that's
a
the chair.
permanent
That's not what I
indentation
meant.
in the shape of your rear is starting to form on that thing.
I was clicking on him, but no.
Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought
Oh
you
my
appreciated
goodness.
some romantic music.
That's annoying.
Miles, care to explain what you're doing?
Just checking to make sure everything
Point
that
zero
needs to
range
be
is
in
good.
here
Would have
still
had
is.
to be sideways to
Right.
have missed that shot.
And
Yeah?
if you start taking that stuff during the day, you're really going to have problems. Cozy little winter getaway. That would be a welcome change from the winters in this city. It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you. Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore. Ha, that poster brings back some memories. That's from around the time you two met, isn't it?
Yes, back when Addie was singing at the Angel.
And why is she not singing at the Angel
Well,
anymore?
look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit, she's got you there.
How are you feeling?
A touch groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear.
You remember how much time Adelaide had to spend convincing you to sit for this? At least these days, with ferrotype tech advancing the way it is, these portraits can be done in just a matter of minutes. How are your parents doing these days? It's been ages since you wrote them. I always liked that painting. It's impossible to see that kind of scenery here in the city. It might do you some good to look in the mirror a bit more often, Miles. Your book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move.
Yeah. Books are heavy.
Your book collection has always astonished me.
Oh, I can click
Building
through
those
it.
model ships was a good way to pass the time between cases. Hopefully it'll be a while before you get enough time to build another one. It's been so long since you used that desk. Did you even notice when Adelaide got rid of the chair?
I didn't even notice the chair was missing. Okay, newspaper. Remember the HMS Ligia? Tuesday marks the 3-month anniversary of the tragic crash. The Ligia was preparing to make its second transatlantic voyage when disaster struck. Oh, it's an airship. Okay, 300 passengers on board were killed and 54 bystanders in the park. Grand Dame dies. Madame Laura Dupree, aged 44, died on Saturday of apparent natural causes. Her second husband died of tuberculosis. Airthoricity. It's real and it's coming, says scientist. Substance said to possess both energetic and restorative properties was first put forth 2 years ago by Dr. Bennett Clark. Claims that aethoricity exists in small amounts on Earth, but is mainly located in the celestial region commonly referred to as the ether. Imagine electricity, but hundreds of times more powerful. Second bizarre murder, which I think is probably what we're supposed to be looking for. Second bizarre murder baffles police. New Britannia police are investigating a murder in Chalm, similar to the one which occurred in that borough just last month. Though many details are confidential at this time, both victims have been male and died from gunshot wounds. Is he going around shooting people? And he just isn't aware of it? Denied rumors that the murders are being committed by a serial killer. We have no reason to believe that these murders are related. We have our finest detectives on the case. Remain vigilant and report any and all suspicious activity immediately to a police officer. Okay, September 23rd, 1844. Many, many years. 1 copper is the price of this newspaper. I was going to say many years before any of us were born. 1844. Fordham. A big case has come in, which I think will interest you. Meet me at the Raven Coffee House for more details.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Does she go into any more detail than that?
No.
Did you not
but
read
then
it?
You know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis. Especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie.
Maybe.
With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the Ruined Coffee
Schizoaffective.
House. That can't be right.
It's
What
not like
personality is
Constance to make
schizoaffective?
mistakes.
You don't
She
know.
must have gotten in somehow.
Could be.
Guess
He's
I'll
out there
head over
looking
there
for
and see
the.
what she's got then.
He's out there looking for the burglar, and he sees somebody that he thinks is him and shoots him. Could be. All right, anything else of note in this house? A bottle?
Bollingworth Ale. My favorite. And a nice souvenir from the Angel. You really ought to go back there someday. Adelaide's father certainly had an amazing life. Imagine being the personal barber to the Prime Minister and his family. The gossip and secrets he must have heard.
Her father... Okay, so this is not... I thought it said it was the New World. So unless they recently came over, how could he have been barber to the Prime Minister? This is 1844? We didn't have a Prime Minister.
Ah, the Havisham case. Our first time out as partners. First in a long line of successful cases. It's nice to have a memory of the good old days.
Okay, and then...
I'd love to see the look on Snelling's face if he ever found out you kept your old truncheon.
All right, let's head on out.
Enjoy your reading. I'll be back soon.
I wish you'd let me fix your hair before you go out like that.
It'll be fine.
I was just seeing Greben tell his daughter to go brush her hair. Okay, this is coffee house. This is where he lives. Leon. She called it Chomley. Very British thing to do. Getting rid of all those letters in between.
Ah, the Rouen Coffee House.
Rouen.
Worst
I
job
thought it
in
was
Lamplight
Raven.
City, but there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion was never your forte.
Oh, what's with the dirty plates?
Not in much of a hurry to clean up in here, are they? She's running back and forth at lightning speed. Clearly, she dips into the coffee supply.
Okay, how am I supposed to get...
All that metal and tubing just to serve a hot cup of coffee?
How am I supposed to get close without...
Best avoid that one. He looks like he might tip over at any moment. Reminds me of when I was alive. Ah,
Good
times. He and his friend are having quite the conversation. I bet it's really boring.
Well, I can't talk to her.
Judging by the sooty apron, this man is either a metal worker, a chimney sweep, or just really lazy when it comes to washing. Just one of many patrons contributing to the oppressive thug in here. Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's
Yeah.
little ironies.
Okay, apparently we need to talk to Constance Upton.
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Oh,
Hello, Fordham. It's good to see you.
How did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really.
He's
the
8.
owner and I have an understanding. He pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
wait,
Sounds like a
his
good deal.
server
What
is a
sort of
girl.
unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got time to get into that now. But take some advice. Don't order anything that isn't water.
Managed to sneak
He
into the
seems
case
to be a
past
little-
Snelling, eh?
Yes, and if he finds out I did, it won't be pretty. This is a big one. We're not in lost cat territory anymore.
So stop teasing me and tell me what it is already.
Do you know Madame Laura Dupre?
Yeah, she died.
Laura Dupre. She's one of those Gascon Grand Dames, isn't she?
That's right. I'm surprised you've heard of her. I didn't think you cared about those types of people.
It was in the newspaper.
I don't, but Adelaide has several of them as clients. She gets paid to pretend to care about their lives, and I get to hear the sordid details.
Madame Dupre died the day before yesterday. Her funeral was held this morning.
My condolences.
But halfway through the service, the mourners heard a loud knocking coming from inside her coffin.
She wasn't dead?
Apparently not. Nearly
Ooh,
interred alive,
freaky.
although her doctor swears she had no pulse. Dupre's son Andrew was quick to suspect foul play. He accused a man named Albert Martin, and the police arrested him.
So where do I come in? Sounds like the case has already been solved.
I strongly suspect that Martin is innocent, especially considering the talk of him having used black magic on Dupre. The police feel they have enough evidence to convict, so they're not bothering to investigate any further. You're going to look into it and see if I'm right, then find the person who was really behind this.
I'm hearing sounds, but I'm not seeing anything coming up. Like alert sounds.
Has Madame Dupre recovered from her ordeal?
I'm afraid not. Apparently she's been catatonic since they pulled her out of the coffin.
How unfortunate.
If you'd like to question Mr. Martin, he's being held at the Bow Street Jail. Or you could take a look around his house. It's at 451 Compton Street in Worcester.
And the Dupre home?
Worcester.
That's at Emmeline and Comtesse, right across from the old Angeline convent. It's also possible you might run into the police during your investigation, since they're technically still on the case.
Thanks for the warning.
Was there anything
Okay.
you wanted to talk about before you get started?
Yes, actually, I had a couple of questions.
Let's hear them then.
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off in here. But considering my home life is still a shambles, maybe this is the best place to be.
I'm truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard. It hasn't been easy, but I'm much better off this way. Trust me. Anyway, work gives me something to focus on. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
It's the least I can do. How about you? How's Adelaide?
She's fine, although things between us
Chit chat.
could be improved, if I'm being honest.
Well, maybe
The less
you
said
should
about
shake
it
yourself
right now,
out of
the
your
better, I think.
I'm sorry to
malaise.
hear that. You can talk to
I
me
can't
about
say
it if
that.
you need to, although I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice.
I can't give him grief for being depressed, whether he's hearing voices or not. I can't give him grief. I have been in that struggle too often.
Don't suppose there have been any developments regarding Bill's murder.
Unfortunately not. The department hasn't exactly been focusing on that case as a priority. The general attitude is that it was an accident. Bill died an honorable death in the line of duty.
Would have been nice if they bothered saying that at the funeral.
And of course there are still those who blame you for his death, Snelling being the first and foremost.
But the man who really caused Bill's death is still out there.
Yes, I know, but it looks like you're on your own if you want to find him. My hands are tied. I can only ask around so much before the higher-ups get suspicious.
That's true.
Just don't give up. New Britannia may be a big city, but the criminal world is surprisingly close-knit. If you find any connections or leads during your other cases, be sure and let me know. I'll do the same if I find anything out.
See, she has a priorities straight. You could learn a lot from Upton.
Oh, that's bugging me. Yeah, Bill did say take the shot. I trust you. I've got to check something because it might be a sound in the game. I'm hearing an alert sound and it's kind of making me a little crazy. Do we need to I don't think we need
That's
to
it, I
review the
think.
case right now.
Then you'd better get back to it.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to help you find the flower shop burglar, but I suppose freeing an innocent man is a worthy diversion.
Okay, so we go out of the door. We have two avenues of investigation. We can go to the jail, the gaol, or we can go to the old lady's house. We can go to the accused's house. I guess I have to do those two. Okay. And we're here right now, so let's go there. I guess it doesn't really matter.
You are
We have
aware
teleport
this is
technology.
private property, sir.
Yes, I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the incident involving Madame Dupre. I assume this is she?
You assume correctly, Mr. Fordham. My apologies, but I thought the police had already made an arrest.
That's right, but there's still some doubt as to the man's guilt. May I ask your name, sir?
I am Dr. Fellows, Madame Dupre's private physician. I'm afraid she is in no state to be answering questions at present.
Are any other members of the family home?
Her son, Mr. Montgomery, is in the entrance hall. I had to give him a mild sedative to settle his nerves, but he should be all right to converse.
Then if you don't mind, I'll have a look around.
He's been talking about having a soporific to help him sleep. At this time frame, that would have been laudanum, which is an opiate. So has he become addicted? And did the game developers put that in as a hint or a tie-in to Sherlock Holmes? I'm wondering.
With her vast sums of wealth, Madame Dupre could probably feed a starving family for the next 30 years. Instead, she uses the money to keep her hedges trimmed. This fountain probably looked nicer when it was working, but right now it's just a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Her eyes are glazed over and she's got a vacant, expressionless stare. She seems completely oblivious to her surroundings.
That
If we didn't know
would
she'd
be
been buried
catatonic.
alive, I'd say she was just exhibiting the typical symptoms of your average rich person.
There's a Delcatty in chat.
Oh, hello. Are you the new servant?
No, I'm Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking
Could
into
be
your
the
mother's
open,
attempted
you're right.
murder.
How did you know I was her son? Oh, of course. You must have sensed it with your detective's intuition. I should have guessed by that giant head of yours.
Are you feeling all right, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, I'm fine. Much better than when those pesky police officers were snooping around earlier. But I like
I
you,
would
Mr.
catch it, but that
Fordham.
would mean
I
going
can
away from the
already
game.
tell you're not like them at all. Please, call me Andrew.
Yes. Well, I'll have a look around, and I may need to ask you some questions. Do you think you can handle that?
I can. In fact, I really look forward to it.
If the good doctor gave him a mild sedative, I'd hate to see what the stuff you take would have done to him.
Yeah.
What a beautiful parrot. Must have cost the Dupre's a cool copper. Do you suppose that's for the bird? Or perhaps so the Dupre family members can get a good look at themselves on the way out of the house?
These people
Dupre
are
looks
all
like she's
very...
holding on to that poor bastard for dear life.
Looks like this was a horse drink. Oops.
Nice bouquet of roses. Although it would make things much easier if they were Easter lilies.
If only.
But they could have bought the Easter lilies.
The Gascon docks. The artist definitely took some liberties. You can't see a single person getting stabbed.
Saul caught himself a Delcatty.
A much younger Madame Dupre. I suppose that's a nice alternative to a mirror.
Yeah, some of us don't mind getting older. Choice and consequence? Equestrian mesmerism.
I don't even want to know what that one's about.
Right? Buffalo Skinner, A Wild
I read
Man's
that
Tale.
one last year. If you ever wanted to know the intimate details of a buffalo's anatomy, I highly recommend it.
The
One of those
Person of
melodramatic
Crookhill.
romances. I read it a
Crookhill?
while back, and I
Crockhill.
couldn't tell you a thing about it. Now that one sounds interesting. I was always a fan of Bedletter's short stories.
Convent of the Damned and other short stories.
Doesn't appear to be very brief if there's 2 volumes of it. I wonder if anyone outside the family would find this even remotely interesting.
All right.
Choice and consequence. Who in their right mind would write a book about that?
I don't know. Was Tolstoy considered in his right mind?
That's an old uniform. From the turn of the century by
Not
the
the
look
same
of it.
title,
This must
but
be Madame Dupre's first husband. Kind of strange that she'd still keep his portrait in the bedroom.
no stranger than him having his mother-in-laws.
Seems Madame Dupre fancies herself a poet.
To dream. O Morpheus, caress my cheek. Bring forth the soothing visions. Give me strength when I am weak. Allow me some provisions. In your domain, I am as a queen, controlling all I see and hear. I've traveled places I've never been, and know not the meaning of fear. The dove. The dove is pure, serene, and pale, a glowing angel in the sparkling sky. Its gentle coo's unlike the wail of the cursed crow that will not die. Protect the dove from grim defeat, let it remain in gentle flight, for when the crow's allowed to eat, it covers the world in eternal night. They're not bad. Very evocative wording. I've read worse.
Well, that was life-changing.
For once in my life, I'm completely speechless.
Then perhaps I should take this with me and read it more often. Nah.
Yeah, that's good. Don't quit your day job. Read Madame Dupre's poems. A note.
It would appear that Madame Dupre was taking music lessons.
Her current predicament has probably put an end to that venture, though.
The C scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Just making sure those are actually right. Okay. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun.
You've got some huge bags under your eyes, Miles. Reminds me of the case we had on that strange train.
Don't remind me.
Why would she have a music sheet? I think the music sheet and the book have something to do with each other.
Let's see if there's anything in these drawers. Damn.
Going through
Nothing but
Madame
personal
Dupre's
effects and
drawers.
more stationery.
Don't forget the first rule of detective work. If there's nothing useful inside, check underneath and between.
Ah, yes,
Well,
of course.
congratulations,
Thanks for the
Saul.
reminder.
Pokemon's fun.
Now this is intriguing.
I'm not going to warn you again, you disgusting mulatto thing. Stay away from my daughter and my house, or I'll kill you and myself? Huh? Can't tell what that is. In case you don't know, a mulatto is a mixed breed child, and most people think it's just white and black, but it can be white and Indian, white and Mexican, Mexican and Indian, any mix, but in this time frame, mulatto would have meant a mixture with white and black. I'm full of all kinds of useless knowledge. Okay, I think that's it in this bedroom. Why is the music room upstairs?
Whoever lives in this room really likes plants and flowers, don't they? Nice little cottage. Looks like it would make a nice cozy spot to retire. If I hadn't already retired from life, that is.
Look in the desk.
They're all empty. How unusual.
Not to mention disappointing.
Very unusual. Chest.
Locked. I
Gelato.
suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Depends on the flavor.
Let's have a look through these papers. Aha, what's this?
September 8th, 1844. So just a couple of weeks earlier, because the newspaper was September 23rd. Dear Miss Montgomery, unfortunately I have been informed of a series of burglaries in the neighborhood near the room you're renting from me at 76 Forest Lane. As a precaution, I've gone ahead and changed the locks. Please find enclosed a copy of your new key. I hope this doesn't cause you too much of an inconvenience. Who is Miss Montgomery? Or was Montgomery her maiden name or first marriage name? I will kill you myself? Possibly? Edwina Crestvell.
Interesting. This Miss Montgomery must be Andrew's sister. But why is she renting a room in the Chum? Guess there's really only one way to find out.
Apparently we're going to have to go to the lodgings.
Well, someone's fancy. I never liked these types of beds much. They feel too claustrophobic.
I always thought they had a certain appeal myself.
Yes, you would think that about a bed that lets you shut out the rest of the world.
The curtains were to keep the warm in.
I've never seen so many beauty products together in one place. Doesn't look like they get used much, though.
Okay, that's the bed. Yeah, we're done with this room. This chest is important. We're going to have to find the key for that.
Goodness, someone went overboard with the flowers. This brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Ones I'd rather forget.
Yeah, that's a bit on the wallpaper. Tweezers.
These should be useful.
Oh, now I'm just taking stuff.
Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. These would make a sloth act like a hummingbird.
You'd
a
have
gentle
to
reminder
have a lot.
That everyone's time is slowly running out. Is this
You
really
just-
the best that medical science has to offer?
In the 1800s, yeah?
What in the ether is that thing supposed to be? Actually, I'd rather not know. Decadent. I can only wonder what sort of potions Andrew concocts in this thing.
Anything else up here?
The
Let's
science
look
of
at the book.
pharmacology. I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
Yeah, it probably is, actually.
It looks as though this folded piece of paper is being used as a bookmark.
Okay, so can I open
The
the
science
book?
of pharmacology. I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
Oh, no, this is my book. Question residents investigate Albert Martin. Investigate the room. How do I want to open the book.
The science of pharmacology.
Or take the piece of paper.
Looks like it's a letter for Andrew.
Okay, I did get it. Andrew encloses the agreed upon fee. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on exams without this help. Dr. Tennyson charges an obscene amount. He's a dealer? Thank goodness for good people like you with home pharmacies. I'll look for them in the usual spot under the Weeping Angel. Joshua, sorry to hear about your mother. I'll wait a few days before passing by. He's a friggin'... Oh. He's a dealer, but he makes his own, and his mom had no pulse, so who could likely have given her a dose that would almost kill her? No, that's not what I wanted. I want that one.
Yeah, it must be a nice place to sit and listen to music. Oh, look! It's one of those new audio cylindergraphs. I can't
Audio
quite wrap my head around
cylindergraph.
how they can manage to get sound out of a wax cylinder.
Yeah, they didn't for long.
Why would anyone need so many flowers in one room?
Perhaps it's to mask the odors of those chemicals on the workstation.
Could be.
Could be. Harpsichord. Oh, it's out of tune. Okay. It's out of tune. Okay, that didn't work. Because I didn't do it all the way straight. Nothing. I was hoping maybe it was a musical key from that. Oh, if the flowers were actual poppies, and with the lilies, you mean? Then that would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Oh, that's not what I want. That's what I want. No heart.
I don't know much about art, but I see Madame Dupre and I at least have similar tastes.
Okay. TMI. Expected more from a piano from Heidelberg, yeah. Which crate was never opened? It was never opened while he saw it, but it was being opened inside the store. It had to have been. Otherwise, the lilies wouldn't have been missing.
Certainly no shortage of bowls or food preparation items around here.
In a kitchen? Imagine
looks
that.
like gumbo's on the menu tonight.
Ooh, I like
I wonder how
gumbo.
it compares with Upton's special recipe. It's times like these make me wish I could still eat.
Ads start in 40 seconds. So, we'll take this opportunity to take a break. Get up, stretch, get something to drink, maybe a snack, and I will see you back in 3 minutes. What? You have good timing? Because of the huh? I did. I went and got a drink, but I haven't. I know I'm actually going to make that comment today. How I tell people to go out and touch grass and you yell at me because I don't. All right, we're back. Yeah, I have a setting that is supposed to mute me when I go to the Be Right Back screen. And it isn't working apparently. So I did notice that it was not muted, but thank you. And congratulations, you got a bayonet and I missed it. All right, let's go.
It looks like gumbo's
No,
on
we
the
looked
menu
at that
tonight.
already.
I wonder how it compares with Upton's special recipe.
I don't know, but I like gumbo. And now I'm
Judging
going to
by the
want
amount of
some
food this family probably eats, washing the dishes must take forever.
forever.
It's times like these make me wish I could still eat.
Is it, thank you, Saul. Is it, why would it be working on the other mic? It's an OBS setting for the active mic, I thought. I'll have to look. What did it say?
It's times like these make me wish I could still eat.
Okay, well, let's go talk to the cook.
Pardon me, miss.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm investigating the attempted murder of Madame Dupre.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm very busy. I can't help you.
Do you know anything about what happened to Madame Dupre?
No, I don't. Please leave me to my work. I shouldn't be talking to you.
Ooh,
All right, I'm
why is
going.
that? Somebody is knocking at my door, ringing the bell. Which is not
Looks like the type of
appropriate since I
spices
have
you'd use in a stew.
no
Most
soliciting
likely
sign on my door.
paprika or turmeric. Nice variety of reds and oranges.
Okay, there isn't anything else. I looked at the shelf.
Some
Device.
kind of water dispensing device, maybe? I was never very good at finding my way around the kitchen.
Sai actually answered the door. I'm trying to hear what's going on. Sorry, guys. Oh, around here they're always solicitors of some sort or the other. Usually I point to the sign and I said, if you can't read, why would I want your services? I have a list now. I've started making a list of any company that comes to my door and actually talks to me. Can I get your name and the name of your company? Well, now I know who not to call if I ever need that service, because if you can't read, I'm not interested. It's very, very sickening. I have had Jehovah's Witnesses. I have had Latter-day Saints. I have had all kinds of kids selling candy for this sports group or that sports group, or which they're not supposed to do door to door anymore. Okay, guys, it sounds like they're giving Sai some grief, so I'm gonna go to BRB and deal with that. I'll be right back. All right. So I don't know if it's better or worse, but it's somebody running for office. One of our major seats is up for grabs. So, okay, I didn't get anything out of this place, did I? She won't talk to me. There's some spices on the counter. Gumbo on the stove. I forget what the water dispensing
device, maybe? I was never very good at finding my way around the kitchen.
Water to put on the stove. And the shelf had all kinds of different stuff, so maybe I should take the seat. No, thank you. No. No. I worked for state government, and the amount of not actually speaking what you need to say that goes on in the offices in general, not even counting the elective offices, I would not be good at that.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
Goody. What about
How do
you?
you typically spend your days, Mr. Montgomery? What are your interests?
Oh, a little of this and a little of that. Nothing as exciting as what you do, I'm sure. Ooh, tell me, do most bad people start crying when you catch them? I'll bet it's a laugh riot to see them sobbing away.
No, Mr. Montgomery, most of them don't.
Well, that's a real shame, isn't it?
Is he supposed to have this affected attitude, or is he messed up because of whatever drug he's on?
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
She came back from the dead. I couldn't believe it. My mother, resurrected, just like Jesus.
Yes. I heard you're the one who accused Mr. Martin of the crime.
Oh, no, I already talked to the police about that. I don't want to think about it right now.
I found a letter upstairs addressed to a Miss Montgomery. Who is that?
You were snooping around up there? Naughty,
Told you I was going to go up and look around.
It's part of my job. Now, are you going to tell me or not?
Nope. I don't think I will. You're the detective. I'll let you solve that mystery
Obstruction
yourself.
of justice.
I think
Wait,
this
he's
mystery
not a
could be
cop
best
anymore.
Solved with a punch in the nose. God, I wish I still had fists.
It's a
Oh,
rather exotic bird
what
you
is the
got.
parrot now?
I like looking at him. He has such pretty colors, doesn't he?
Can he
That
speak?
does.
You know, I've always wondered what he might taste like. Is that bad, do you think?
I really couldn't say, Mr. Montgomery. Thanks for your time.
He
No,
probably
Thank
tastes a
you
lot like
for
chicken.
yours.
This is ridiculous. He won't be of any use in this state. If it takes him as long to snap out of it as it takes you, we'll be waiting around here until noontime tomorrow. There has to be a way to bring him back to his senses. Maybe that quack outside knows something of use.
I have friends who probably would put a sign on their door that says, get cursed. We need to change the street so the growth doesn't affect it. And the other side, we're seeing reduced school usage due to declining population in the area. Yeah, we've got a lot of that going on. On the south side of town, it's booming. And so the north side of town doesn't get a whole lot of love. We'll get into that story maybe another time. Yeah. Oh, the bird does talk.
Who's a pretty bird?
Ray's a pretty bird.
His name is not Polly.
Polly
His
want a
name is
cracker?
Ray.
No, thank you.
Pieces of 8?
Hi, matey.
So long,
Oh, that's funny.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, what is going on here that I'm not hearing? We are being rated. Who are we being rated by? I can't tell because Drex is rating us. At least that's what it appears. Welcome in, Raiders. Let's see, we've got Vector Work, Drex, Lord Inquisitor. Hi, it's me. Welcome, Drex. Thank you for the raid. I hope I didn't see a shout out. There was a shout out. I didn't see what game you were playing, so let me know because I'd like to ask you how it went. Welcome, Raiders. If you've never been in here before, my channel is Hey Mom, Play This. That came from my oldest, who lives 1,000 miles away, starting game day, and she would tell me, and still does, hey Mom, you got to play this game. So that's where it comes from. I am Kimmy Amber. Please, you're welcome to call me that, or Hey Mom. Either one works for me. Mama's going to show you how it's played. Thank you, Saul. Today we're playing Lamplight City, which is a point-and-click mystery game. So that's what we're up to. Thank you for the follow. I do anonymous follows. You are welcome to sit and lurk. I am a lurker, very much a lurker. Or introduce yourself and chat. And as it says, welcome to our house. I I had a thought while I was saying all of that. Monster Hunter Stories 3, a new RPG. Oh, so it's like the Monster Hunter franchise. I've heard of Monster Hunter. It's probably a series that I would love to watch or play, but we were talking about my oldest. Panda Witch 913 is my oldest, and that's the first time that the shout out has worked. Sorry. I just think I have a bit of a sense of humor. Panda gives me grief all the time and teases me and makes fun of me, and so I had to. I completely squirrel. Yeah. Yeah, Panda's fabulous. I can only take credit for her being born and making it to the age of 18. Most people reach an age where they decide who they're going to be, and we love Panda. She's a very well balanced person. My username. I was talking about my username. That's where it came from, is basically Panda. I was not working, and she started giving me games to play. And I looked at my husband one day and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. So he said, let's do this. He says, well, why don't you do YouTube videos of games that you're learning that Panda is giving to you? And I went, yeah, like anybody's going to watch some lady of a certain age. Sids, welcome in. Sid's Light is one of the group that is associated with the Lighthouse Collective, which my son-in-law Raven, Panda, lots of other people are in, and he's been a big supporter of the channel too. But I wasn't working, and he said, well, I'm like, who's going to watch some lady of a certain age play games? And he told me about this lady called Grandma Gamer or Granny Gamer, something like that. And I said, well, she's got her own little niche. He says, you just make something different. So that's how the YouTube channel started. And then it got to be, well, if I'm playing the games, why not stream them? There might be somebody on Twitch who's interested in looking at a new game from the perspective of somebody who's never played it before. So that's my thing. I play games without seeing, in most cases, without seeing them, so that you can see how easy or difficult it is to learn the game, to play the game. And I try different genres so that people can say, I like that, or I don't like that. Things you won't find me playing. Hey, Sai. Welcome home. Sai is my youngest, by the way. Panda's my oldest, Sai's my youngest. I don't do first-person shooters because I'm really bad at them. That doesn't mean that I won't, but it'll be with a bunch of people who understand that I'm going to die a lot, and I'm not going to be very effective. Platforming, I'm horrible at. Horrible. Just jump puzzles in and of themselves are enough. Pickle. And that's the first time she's hearing that as well. Welcome home, Pickled. Phasmo. Jinxie, probably not. Maybe or maybe not. Right now I have a challenge for my viewers. If the viewers between now and the 26th use, and I shouldn't tell you this, use 100,000 channel points that instead of just playing one episode of The Other Side, which Grubbin has graciously said he will walk me through and play with me, instead of just doing one episode, I'll do a whole hour. And if you watched me do Mortuary Assistant, now that one just creeps me out. That one I'll never, ever, never playing that one again. But I jump scare easily and I scream. So if you saw that, you know that I'm not a spooky person. I like to watch them and they don't scare me. Oh my gosh, Emrys. See, this is why I shouldn't have said anything. If you didn't notice it, thank you for the channel points, Emrys and Sai. I know I should never have said anything. Just let you figure it out on your own. Actually, it's a challenge I'm willing to do. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a challenge that you guys had any input to. So it's okay. You weren't sure about this, so I wasn't clear. That's okay. If I'm not clear, maybe not everybody will catch it. It's good. And now I'm been scattered brained. I've talked to 6 or 7 different points, so let's just go back to the game. It should be. Sai, is the challenge active? You guys saw it, right? Oh, now he sees it. Per stream? 100,000 per stream? That's not going to happen. I don't have that big an audience. Besides, our house isn't that big. I don't know if I could put that many people in our house. Okay, let's go back to the game. See if we can figure out more stuff. What the heck happened? There we go. I should have made it much higher. Should have made it much higher or shorten the period. 10 days is not going to be enough. It's going to be too much. All right, so we're done talking to them. We're done talking to the bird. There's no place else to go. Do you see anything that's changing? $10 days for 100,000? It's too high. Not when you consider you guys just did 10. All right, you have anything else to say?
Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
No. Emrys, no. No. If that's the case, I'm gonna be in trouble. No, actually, an hour of TOS may only just be enough to do 1 or 2 maps with somebody who's brand new. I've got to go in and figure out controls and all of that kind of stuff, which Grubbin thinks I can do without actually going into the house. Only available when I'm streaming. Like that's going to matter. You guys are still going to bury me in points. I should have made it higher. Just to make it a challenge, if nothing else.
Tell
Madame
me about
Dupree.
Madame Dupree.
She is a great woman and a pillar of the community. I cannot imagine why something like this could happen to her, or how someone could be capable of such a barbaric feat. Though this ordeal has been terrible, I am confident she will overcome. The power of her physical constitution is surpassed only by her strength of character.
You think he'd say the same things if he wasn't on her payroll? I highly doubt it.
I know what I missed. Raiders, take care of yourselves. Get something to drink, something to eat. Stick around, lurk, get engaged. Whatever works for you. Thank you so much for coming in. Very much appreciated. And I hope you will come and visit with us in our house more often. All right.
What were the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupree's supposed death?
Right. Isn't he the one who said she was dead?
Sent for me a few days ago after finding her unconscious and unresponsive. As I was unable to detect a pulse or breath, I had no other recourse but to declare her deceased. I judged that Madame Dupree had likely suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. It was most shocking to be proven wrong at a funeral.
I can imagine. Where was the funeral held, by the way?
St. Denis Cemetery. Madame Dupre wished to be interred in the tomb of her father's family, name of Chesterton.
Perhaps I'll go have a look.
What about
How
you?
long have you been Madame Dupre's private physician?
5 years, and I've been practicing medicine for the past 30. I still spend a couple of days a week treating patients at Riverview Asylum.
Oh, good. Maybe if you're lucky, he could be your doctor someday.
Ambrose.
30 years is quite a long time. You must have seen some incredible advances in the field of medicine.
I have, yes. I can only wonder how things will change with all this talk of ethericity. There's speculation it can be used to restore necrotic tissue and instantly heal broken bones, among other things. If you ask me, a good bloodletting will never go out of fashion.
I should have given the option to do it 2 times per stream. Did I limit you to 1? Yeah, that's kind of cool. Not sure if you can give more points or more frequently. I don't know if you can set it at a different rate except for subscribers. Different tiers get different levels of points. I think for just a follower or somebody who's involved in chat, it's like 200 points an hour. So I don't know if you can do more. The limit of 2,000 per stream? Well, how does that kind of sucks if you stick around for a 6, 8, 10, 12-hour stream? Or is it 2,000 max that somebody can give per stream? Is that what you're saying? Sometimes I wish there were an audio back and forth. You'd have to limit who could do it, but so 2,000 per person per stream can be put towards the 100,000. Okay, I understand the question now, Jinxie. All right.
Did you examine Madame Dupre after she reanimated?
Of course. Physically, she appeared to be in fine health aside from minor dehydration. I found no marks or bruising on her body. Mentally is a different story, however. She's remained in an unresponsive state ever since.
Do you have any opinions on
You
what
woke
caused
up in a
Madame Dupre
coffin,
to
wouldn't
appear
you?
dead?
The most likely cause I can imagine is some sort of poison or toxin.
It is, Saul. Yeah, I just put it in there yesterday. March 27th is my 6-month anniversary for streaming. So I'm going to do a 6-hour stream that day. And I want to do some community stuff. I asked Grubbin to walk me through the other side because I watch enough spooky things. I should probably play one on occasion. So Jinxie, maybe I'll play Phasma with you at some point. I can't imagine the two of us as scared as the two of us get in that game together. That would probably be pretty hilarious. But I want to do some community games, so suggestions on that would be appreciated. Maybe if we tell her she's having audio problems, she'll restart the stream. No. Just because it's such a pain in the neck. Do not mess with the router, Sai. Don't even. I will throw you out. Change the locks. Buy a dog and set him on you. You guys are terrible. You're just going to have to come back and watch whatever I play tomorrow, which is another question I have for you guys. I tried to pick things that for this week that are 3 or 4 hours at most so that we can actually get all the way through one. Obviously, that's not going to happen with this game. So, do I play this one today and tomorrow? Or do I just leave this on Tuesday, play a different game tomorrow. And because, of course, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on Thursday, so that's not even an option. So what do you guys think? Just play this game until it's done? Or keep it where I've got a different game each day? Thoughts, comments, concerns? Poisoning.
What leads you to believe Madame Dupre was poisoned?
The symptoms she experienced were consistent with prior cases of poisoning I've studied. And didn't the young man arrested have ties to some kind of black magic cult?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't talked to him
There have
yet.
been cases of these practitioners using poisons to make people appear dead, then commanding them to do their bidding. I recall reading
People
about
thought
a
about
man in the
zombies
West
way
Indies
back.
who was given tetrodotoxin, that's the toxic secretion from a pufferfish, declared dead and buried. He appeared alive in his village some 20 years later.
Doesn't that seem a bit far-fetched to you, Doctor?
Facts are facts, Mr. Fordham. Surely someone in your line of work can appreciate that.
It depends on how you prefer to play. If you start to get burnt out, we'll pick up on it. Play what I want to play. The thing is, right now, I don't know what I want to play. So, I mean, I've picked a couple of games, and I'm interested in playing all of those games. But, like, for the room, remembering where I was a week later, that was sometimes a challenge. So for the puzzle games particularly, this is a narrative game, and you know, it'll tell us where we are, so that's not a big deal. But on the puzzle games, so I'll think about it tonight. I might continue this game tomorrow, or I may pick a different game. I don't know yet. I also don't know what time I'm going to do my 6-hour stream, so I've got to make that decision by this weekend, I think. You were reading things I was not seeing, noticed on stream chat, and Emer's comments were hidden for me in chat. Apparently I blocked them at some point in this stream. I'm going to stay out of that fight.
May I ask exactly what kind of sedative you gave Andrew?
A
Staying out of that fight.
tincture of laudanum. It's what I give all my nervous patients.
He seems a bit out of sorts.
Too much.
Meat kettle.
It can have that effect, but it usually wears off in half a day or so.
Is there a way to bring him out of his condition sooner?
A stimulant would have the opposite effect, but I wouldn't recommend mixing the two. It could have potentially harmful effects on his heart.
Oh, of course. I wasn't planning on doing anything of the sort. I was just curious.
It's cute how you act like you have no experience in these matters. It's almost convincing.
They come out of it within
Those are all
half
the
a day
questions
or
I've got for
so.
now.
I hope I answered them
Unless, of
adequately.
course, they get addicted.
Her
Got
eyes
anything
are
for me
glazed
again?
over.
No?
She's got a vacant, expressionless stare. She seems completely oblivious to her surroundings. If we didn't know she'd been buried alive,
Oh, I can click through it. That's right. I want to go see if Andrew has anything else to say. Tadbulb escaped.
as amusing as it is to chat with this oddball,
Okay.
I think we've exhausted his usefulness at the moment.
All right, so let's move on to another. Why are tweezers important? I don't know. I forget how to get to the map. Do I have to walk completely out of the scene? Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. This is the lodgings. This is where she was buried. Let's go interview the suspect.
Fordham?
That would be him.
Is that you? You look like something a cat spat up.
Hello, Giles. It's lovely to see you too.
What brings you round the jail? I thought you'd quit being a detective.
I'm looking to speak with Mr. Albert Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, that's him in the first cell there. I'd say what needs saying as quick as you can, though. He's headed for the gallows in the morning.
In the
What?
morning?
Already? But what about a trial?
Yeah, exactly.
No trial necessary when there's black magic involved. This little half-breed's
What?
already sealed his fate.
Such a charming fellow, isn't he? He's watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business.
Got a scourge over here, and some kind of
Either crime
pliers.
is low, or the police aren't doing their jobs very well.
It's to prevent me from getting sidetracked from the
Mr.
the
Martin?
purpose of the
Who are
game.
you? My lawyer?
No, I'm actually here to help you. The name's Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
How are you going to help me?
I'm looking into the attack on Madame Dupre. I believe you're innocent.
Oh, thank heaven. That's music to my ears.
Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Friend, if it means saving me from the noose, I'll tell you nothing less than God's truth.
Interesting choice of phrase for someone accused of using black magic.
I was just thinking the same thing.
How
Talk
did you
about
end
him
up in here?
first.
I was just minding my own business at home when the police showed up with no warning. They made some outrageous claims about me putting some sort of curse on Madame Dupre. The next thing I knew, I was here. Oh, Mama must be beside herself with worry. I just hope she's all right.
What does your mother do, Mr. Martin?
She
Oh boy.
helps people.
She's a
I was hoping
medicine
you'd be
woman.
just a bit more specific.
She provides spiritual help to those who seek guidance.
She's a
Oh,
spiritualist.
Okay.
Not quite. She's more like... how can I explain it? You know how a priest holds mass to spread the word of God to the people? My mother holds services and calls on the spirits to walk among us, providing healing
She's a
and
medium.
guidance.
So she's a religious leader?
If you want to give her that title, it would be the most appropriate.
And does this religion of yours have a name?
You'd probably know it as voodoo, but it doesn't mean what you think it does. People are so quick to judge and portray us as evil when they have no idea.
So you practice voodoo, do you?
Are you making fun of me, Mr. Fordham?
No, of course not. Apologies if it seemed as though I was. It's just that the police are convinced that black magic was involved in Madame Dupre's apparent death.
That's because that idiot son of hers knew about my mother, and like all bigoted fools, assumed that we're involved in devil worship and the black arts. But I can assure you that this is most certainly not the case, Mr. Fordham.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply.
Just forget it.
I didn't know about the Pokey Daily thing, Emerus. Thank you.
What can you
I
tell
didn't
me
know about
Madame
it.
Dupre?
What's to tell? She's a twisted, evil woman who got what was coming to her. Whoever attacked her deserves some sort of reward for the service they're doing the community.
So it wasn't you then?
No, I'm innocent, Mr. Fordham. You have to believe me.
I'm afraid you're not making that very easy right now, Mr. Martin. Do you know anything about the circumstances of Madame Dupre's supposed death?
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Then why did her son accuse you?
Probably because he's just as ignorant as she is.
Or
What I
bigoted.
meant was, how did her son know to accuse you? Have you had any contact with the family before?
Yes, you could say that.
Uh-oh. That gleam in his eye says it all.
You see, I'm involved with Dupre's daughter, Juliet Montgomery.
Okay.
Dupre doesn't like that one bit. She even threatened me once.
Is that right?
Yes. She might have everyone else fooled, but that woman is the devil incarnate. I can't understand how something so heartless and cruel could have spawned someone as pure and loving as my dear Juliet.
He's not really helping his case much, is he?
Not really.
Tell me about Juliet.
She's wonderful. Such a beautiful, kind soul. She hasn't come to see me yet, but I'm sure that's because of all the confusion in the last few days. Juliet wouldn't believe for a second that I would be capable of harming her mother. I'm sure of it.
How did you two get involved?
We
She's
met at
missing.
the university.
Your classmates?
Hardly. They wouldn't allow someone like me to enroll there. Juliet studies botany. I work as an assistant in the greenhouse. We started talking, and she actually treated me like a person. To everyone else, I was just the boy who fetched the test tubes. But Juliet actually wanted to hear what I had to say.
Ooh,
Had the
that's a
same
good
taste in
question,
books and
Emerus.
art. Didn't just treat me
Mama
like some
was
piece
standing
of
in the way.
gardening equipment. She even shared some of her notes with me after I told her I was interested in botany as well. From there, things just got better. I don't expect you to understand or approve, but that's how it happened.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It doesn't sound too different to how my wife and I got together. Except I was a detective and she was a singer at a bar.
And she's...
Yes, Mr. Martin. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How often is Juliet in the
Let's
greenhouse?
skirt around the issue.
Every weekday, but I doubt she's there now. She's probably trying to find out where I am and working to have me released.
Somehow, I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, maybe not.
That's all for now.
Oh, wait, before you go, would you do me a favor? Would you go see my mother at our house?
Another place to go.
Give her a message?
You're at 451 Compton Street, right?
Yes, that's right. Could you tell her I said St. Rock's dog is barking?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever happened to a simple I love you?
It's a safe word, safe phrase. Or a not safe phrase. Okay, he's done. Nothing else has changed. I think we're done here. That's the university. Let's go see if we can find the...
Egad! Is this someone's room or a jungle?
Quite a fascinating array of plants
She
in
likes
here.
plants.
Not to mention the machinery on the table.
Seems like Juliet is very interested in getting extra credit. I wonder what sort of fertilizer or growth tonic these plants are getting. Whatever it is, it's definitely working.
Okay, so there's a tinkling piano in the background, and there's a single note that is the same note and tone as one of my alerts. And that's what I keep hearing that's freaking me out.
That's quite the book collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to shame.
All impeccably cataloged and organized as well, which makes the two missing volumes stand out even more.
You do spelling bees in your sleep? I just...
Those are the most vibrant
I have to think
flowers
about
we've
that
seen
for a
in
minute.
While. I bet they smell extra strong.
Yes, they certainly do.
It's a good thing you're the one with the nose.
Not a very kept up place, is it?
This plant makes Miles Jr. look like a single blade of grass.
Okay. Crates.
I'm guessing they're probably full of more scientific equipment or plant-related stuff.
There are bugs in the jar.
They're just doing what flies do best.
Well now, this is interesting.
Etheric effects. Larger, more vibrant flowers, chlorophyll production. Plants thrive from exposure to small etheric currents. Further experiments are needed to determine the long-term effects. And on animals, if animals with greater cognitive ability, including humans, are exposed to specific quantities of ethericity, they will go into a stupor, appearing unresponsive or dead. That's interesting. Juliet as a suspect just became more realistic. I've also played Mario Kart and Pokemon in my sleep because I'm an info sponge. I can recreate things in my sleep in significant detail and even solve puzzles that I've been working on only to wake up with the answer in the middle of the night. I have done that for work. I know there's a solution to what is going on in my spreadsheet, and sometimes you're too close to it and you have to get up and walk away. But you know it's percolating in the back of your mind, and I got in the habit when I was working of having a notebook next to my bed, so when I would wake up I could jot it down real quick and go back to sleep.
Just a bunch of technical nonsense. I can't understand a word of it.
No, but this is interesting. That's not what I want.
They appear to be scientific scribblings. I can't make heads nor tails of them.
That makes two of us.
They appear to be...
That makes two of us.
So there's nothing else in this room. But she just became a much more reasonable suspect. Go see Mom.
Ah, Compton Street. We're not too far from Restaurant Row. When's the last time you ate, anyway?
Please, let's not add eating to the list of things to nag me about.
Right. What
One
is
of Atwood's
this?
re-election posters, sorely lacking a mustache. Go on, Miles. Fix this
Oh.
grievous injustice.
Like,
Not now, Bill. There are more important things to worry about.
Spoil sport.
anything else on this street?
Considering how many eating establishments are in this neighborhood, the butcher picked a fantastic spot to set up shop. I do notice a distinct lack of stray cats in this neighborhood, though.
Some of the comments are ridiculously stereotypical. Ooh, that's a word that's in the book.
I'm sorry, I have no time for visitors today.
You're Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He said to tell you that St. Roch's dog is barking.
Oh, I see. That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham. Standing on the street just won't do. Welcome to my home, Mr. Fordham. I am Sabine Martin. I hope you understand that Albert has nothing to do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
Well, her tune certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long.
She has a picture of Mary, the Madonna, over
The
here.
Virgin Mary. I must admit, she was the last person I was expecting to see in here.
Yeah, for somebody who's
A rather unremarkable
reputedly
book collection, I'm sorry to say. That statue,
black
on the other
magic.
hand, gives me the willies. It's some old man with a dog standing at the center of a crossroads. If that's meant to have any sort of significance, it's completely lost on me.
I think a lot of
pattern
things are
resembles a
probably lost
flower.
on him.
Too bad it isn't an Easter lily. Interesting. Those pots look as though they've been wrapped in tobacco leaves.
They do, actually. Excuse me, I'm just gonna invade your house and
I'm afraid that
things.
room is private, Mr. Fordham. I must respectfully ask you to not go in there.
Of course. My apologies.
all right, lady, let's talk.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
What exactly is it you do, Mrs. Martin?
I provide services to the public.
A delightfully vague answer if there ever was one. Give me something a bit more specific, please.
I'm a Mambo Asugwe. That means I'm what you call a voodoo queen. I'd give you a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and duties of the role, but your time would be
That's
better
scary,
spent
Saul.
clearing my son's name.
Do you think your son is capable of doing what he stands accused of?
Never. Albert wouldn't harm a fly.
That's what the mothers always say.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me a bit more about him then?
he's such
He
a
started
good
working at the
boy.
university laboratory a few years ago. I
Poor
was
girl.
so proud of him. The university is quite selective, you know. The same for its staff as well as its students.
Yes, I've gotten that impression.
I always told Albert to be careful around those high society types, but that one always thinks with his heart first.
Is she sure that's the correct body part?
He's all the family I have, Mr. Fordham.
I wasn't talking about the smell, because yes, you become nose blind eventually. I was talking about the idea of waking up in a movie.
Do you know anything about Madame Laura Dupre?
I never met her in person, but I know plenty about her.
Like what?
Nothing fit for polite conversation, Mr. Fordham. But I can tell you this. Laura Dupre has far more enemies than she lets on.
Does that include you or your son?
It most certainly does not.
My big fear in an apocalypse is that I can't run fast enough to outrun somebody else, which is a horrible thing to say. But you know, you don't have to outrun the bear, you only have to outrun some other prey. I'd be the one everybody's outrunning. And I don't have, while I have weapons, I don't have one big enough to take down more than one or two, even at close range.
If you'll indulge my curiosity, what exactly was the meaning of Albert's message?
Saint Roch is the patron saint of dogs,
Oh,
as well as the
get used to
fossil
waking up
accused.
disoriented.
If he sent the message along with you, it means he trusts you. and that I should too.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps you were hoping for something more? That's just the way of mysteries, isn't it?
How do you mean?
The thrill of the unknown is always more exciting than the truth. Mystery makes life a little more interesting.
True, but if mysteries were really better unsolved, I wouldn't have a job. What do you know about Juliet, Madame Dupre's daughter?
I know Albert was smitten with her. No matter that I told him to be very careful around her kind. Those rich Creole families don't care much for people like us. To them, we're just a help. But from his telling, Juliet sounded to be a decent soul. It's a shame the same can't be said for her kin.
Can you tell me a bit more about your religious practices?
What I can tell you is that the ignorant whites in this city are afraid of us for no reason. Voodoo is not about black magic or dark spells or turning people into the living dead. It's about healing and life. Naturally, there are misguided souls who may try to use it for ill purposes, but I am not one of those.
Sounds like you hit a sore spot. Might be a good idea to stop pressing her on this angle.
Could there be more bigotry and racism in this game? From everywhere. And yeah, I know it was the society,
I'll take you
but
up on your offer for tea, after all.
All right, Mr. Fordham. You'll have to give me a few minutes to heat up the kettle. I'll be back shortly.
do I go through the curtain? Of course I go through the curtain.
Amazing. Even more voodoo stuff back there. Why would she keep these particular items hidden from view?
Good question.
They obviously have some importance to her. I'd suggest asking, but I don't know if that's the best idea given how sensitive she seems to be about the subject.
The tea should be ready in a few minutes, Mr. Fordham. You can help yourself once it's done.
You're very kind, Mrs. Martin.
But I can't go through to the kitchen. If I touch that curtain, she's going to freak.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
More?
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Well, I guess
About that back room of yours.
I beg your pardon?
I don't know about this, Miles. Is this really a road you want to go
I
down?
don't have a choice.
I had a look behind your curtain. Care to explain what all those things in that back room are?
Mr. Fordham, I was under the impression you could be trusted. Clearly, Albert was wrong about you.
Why are you keeping them out of view? What's their significance?
I don't like people invading my privacy, Mr. Fordham. You're no longer welcome in my home. Please leave.
But without me, your son won't get out of jail. Nobody else thinks he's innocent. Are you really going to put your pride over your son's life?
And now you insult me? You're really something special.
Thank
I
you.
won't say it again. Get out!
You clearly hit a nerve there, Fordham.
Rather suspicious, if you ask me. Perhaps her and Mr. Martin's religious practices aren't as innocent as they claim to be.
An interesting notion. Well, I can't deny that the evidence against Mr. Martin is
What can you tell me
somewhat
about
damning.
voodoo?
If his
Get
mother was
kicked
so
out
certain
of
his
her
innocence,
house.
She'd surely have explained what all those things behind the curtain were. I don't think Upton will appreciate being proven wrong. But like Fellows said, facts are facts.
Probably an achievement to not get kicked out of the house, to drop it. All right. We have 7 minutes. That was her house. Done everything except the cemetery and the university.
Huh. It's as though we've journeyed to the tropics. I don't know how you can stand to keep that coat on in here. Those flowers are definitely not native to this area. They seem to be thriving in their glass tubes, though.
Oh, with the lurk!
I've never seen a flower grow that big. What do you suppose they're feeding them?
Thank you for the lurk.
Judging from that pipe, that contraption must be used to keep the plants hydrated. But it looks like a giant earwax remover to me.
It does.
Quite the assortment of plants they keep in here. I wonder if they serve any purpose or are just meant to look pretty.
Oh, This is Juliet.
Pardon the disturbance, but are you Juliet Montgomery?
I am. And you are?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking into the events surrounding your mother's attempted murder.
Ah, of course.
Have you got time to answer some questions?
Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Do you know anything about the events leading up to your mother's premature interment?
No, it was a complete shock. Mother seemed to be perfectly healthy and full of life. Then, without warning, she was dead. Or so we thought.
I take it you were glad to be wrong?
What a ridiculous question. Of course I was. What sort of heartless beast would celebrate their mother's death?
Oh, I could name a few. Juliet definitely didn't shed any tears over Madame Dupre, though. That much is obvious.
Miss Montgomery, you don't have to lie to me. I'm not going to assume you tried killing your mother just because you weren't upset by her death.
I felt terrible about it. You have to understand, I didn't want her to be dead. I just felt a sense of relief. Please, don't think me a horrible person, Mr. Fordham. It's just that Mother and I aren't currently on the best of terms.
So, you study botany. Fascinating subject.
Are you an admirer of plants, Mr. Fordham?
My wife has the
Dance
green thumb
around
in
some of the
household,
questions.
but I do have a certain appreciation for them.
Plants are amazing things. Just like people in many ways.
How do you mean?
They need attention and care. Ignore a plant, and it will wither. Give it too much attention, and it will become sick. Plants have many things to teach us, and I greatly enjoy learning from them.
Why don't you and your mother get along?
We've never completely seen eye to eye on anything. She always disapproved of anything I did. When I was younger, she used to forbid me from speaking to the servants.
Oh, her mom's
I
a
saw
snob.
no harm in a kind word or smile, but she warned us that if we were too familiar, they would take liberties. Then when I declared my intentions to pursue academic studies, she really went livid. In her opinion, a university education was tantamount to a chastity belt. What sort of man would want a wife with a head full of useless facts, she'd say.
Personally, I've always found intelligence to be quite attractive.
I assume your mother didn't approve of your involvement with Mr. Martin?
A rather forward question, Mr. Fordham. But you're not mistaken. I'm not sure how she managed to find out about Albert and me, but when she did, she nearly had a conniption. As I'm sure you can understand, the situation at home has been less than perfect in the last few months. I'd really rather not dwell on it.
What can you tell me about Albert Martin?
I'm not quite sure where to begin.
Why not start by telling me what your relationship with him was?
We met here at the greenhouse. He was working as an assistant.
And he's dreamy.
Sweeping and cleaning and fetching
Sorry.
things for the students. My focus was on academics, naturally. I wasn't too interested in romance. In fact, I've had to turn away nearly every single one of my classmates. But with Albert, I found myself intrigued. I noticed him stealing glances, lingering just a bit too long after bringing over a book or flask, sweeping the same patch of floor near me over and over again. It wasn't too long before I had him bringing me tools and equipment regularly.
Wesley!
I see.
As I mentioned, Mother was an absolute
Farm
terror
boy.
when she found out.
Do you believe Mr. Martin did what he stands accused of?
I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem like him, but Albert can be quite passionate. If the police believe he's to blame, then they must have a reason for it. It wasn't any secret that he hated Mother. Perhaps I should have ended things sooner. It was satisfying to know that Mother was displeased, but I never imagined it would lead to something like this.
Well, it's nice to see she's all heart.
We have 2 minutes before ads. So I think we will put a hold here and take a little break. Everybody get up, stretch, get something to drink, take care of whatever you need to take care of. We'll be back. I'm going to say actually 4 to 5 minutes. It might be 3, but just in case, I will see you back here shortly after ads. Okay. Welcome back. Thank you for the little bit of extra time. Glasses are here. Thank you, Saul, for popping in. Appreciate the lurk. All right, let's talk about
You
the
mentioned
servants.
you were friends with the servants.
Yes, that's right. I didn't care that they worked for us. Everyone needs a friend.
Did your mother ever mistreat them?
Mistreat? No, I wouldn't say so. She was always very stern, though, and quite cold. If they ever shirked their duties or misbehaved, they were punished, of course, but nothing out of the ordinary that I ever saw. Most of the servants are my friends, but I'm closest with Amelie, the kitchen maid. Mother wasn't too happy about that. Amelie's been around as long as I can remember. She's like the aunt I never had.
Okay, this is a really weird segue, but Amelie is what I named my horse in Red Dead 2. That's a weird
What can you tell me about your
coincidence.
brother?
Andrew, Mama's precious little boy. If you've met him, you pretty much know all you need to. He's had the whole world handed to him on a silver platter. But he's in for a rude awakening someday. Mother can only provide for him for so long.
What does that mean?
Do you know anything about ethericity, Miss Montgomery?
You surprised me, Mr. Fordham. I had no idea someone of your profession would know or care about something like that.
I've found that it pays to be open-minded.
To answer your question, yes, I am familiar with the theory of ethericity. In fact, it's recently become a focus of my studies. Despite what the newspapers have been reporting, it's already possible to access it in small quantities from the air around us.
Have you conducted any experiments?
No, my research has been purely theoretical. I don't have the means to do anything practical, I'm afraid.
Deceiver,
That's not
dissembler?
true.
Her trousers are alight. I can't understand why Juliet might not want to make her research public, though.
Miss Montgomery, please don't lie to me. I know you've been conducting experiments with ethericity. I've seen the room you're renting on Forest Lane.
What? But how?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't find things out, Miss Montgomery. Now please, drop the act and tell me about your experiments.
Fine. I've been researching etheric effects on living organisms.
Etheric.
I'm planning on presenting my discoveries to the board once I make more progress. So far, I've managed to discover that plant growth is accelerated significantly. It's given me quite the advantage in class.
But isn't that cheating?
You have no idea how difficult it's been for me to be taken seriously, Mr. Fordham. No matter how hard I tried, my work wasn't valued on its own merits by my peers or professors. I fought hard to get where I am. I wasn't about to lose all that just because some pig-headed idiots didn't think my best was good enough.
That sounds awfully familiar.
What about your notes on the effects of ethericity on animals?
Oh, those aren't complete. I haven't tested the effects on anything larger than flies. Those experiments were mainly to satisfy my curiosity, but they have little to do with my actual research.
Curiosity? Seems like a lot of effort to go to just to answer a question. But then, I never really understood these scientific types.
Yeah, because that's
No more questions
the whole
for now.
mindset
Then if you
of
don't mind, I have work to do.
a scientist. Okay. We're done here. Her job apparently is to clip the bonsai. And then we have...
Ah, St. Denis Cemetery. Best view in the city.
Not
It's
if
just a
we're
shame
in
none of the residents can enjoy it.
anywhere
I think
near
I'm buried around here somewhere.
New
What are the
Orleans.
old
It's Saint
gravestones doing
Denis,
these
not
days?
Saint Denis.
I don't know him. Must be a recent addition to the force. Well, at least he won't recognize you.
Good day to you, officer.
Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Accents all over the place.
Sure is a nice day to be walking around the cemetery, wouldn't you agree?
I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, the noise those bugs are making is starting to drive me crazy.
Yeah, cicadas drive lots of people crazy.
Would you mind letting me in the tomb, please?
Afraid I can't do that, sir. This tomb is currently part of a police investigation and ain't available for visits until further notice.
1,000 feet up, if you ran a wire down, you would get a significant change in voltage. Really? I didn't know that. My dear departed Aunt Hester's birthday. I think I saw someone being mugged at the front entrance. You think he'd buy the second one? He's not going to buy either one of them.
But it's my dearly departed Aunt Hester's birthday today, and I always bring her flowers.
Where are the flowers?
I'm
you
sorry,
idiot?
sir, but I've got my orders. Come back in a few days. I can assure you, your aunt won't have gone anywhere.
No, you can't assure.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle chat, sir. Please, move along.
If only that police officer wasn't guarding the tomb, you could go in there and raid it to your heart's content. Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every now and then. This just goes to show you can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it all on a giant tomb. The plaque says Harrison. Doesn't look very opulent, so I guess it doesn't belong to anyone important.
It must. It's huge.
This just goes to show you.
Yeah, okay.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle chat,
So
sir.
how am I
Please,
supposed to...
move along.
Do I just walk
If only
past
that
him?
police officer...
Huh. I think I messed that up, whatever. Let's go back to the jail. They don't care about muggings. Here lies the body of John Wood. Were you actually able to read any of them? I skipped over whether
Can I
or
ask
not you
some more
could.
questions, Mr.
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
Albert, did you hate Madame Dupre?
The woman is cruel, sadistic, and
Now I have
bigoted.
to go back and
When
look.
she found out about my relationship with Juliet, she sent me a letter threatening to have me killed if I got near her house or her daughter. So yes, Mr. Fordham, I hated her, but even so, I love her daughter. I wouldn't be so cruel as to take Juliet's mother away from her, even if she hated her too.
I beg your pardon?
Juliet and her mother didn't get along at all. I never asked why, but it was obvious there was something going on.
Intriguing.
That's all for now.
Okay. I have to get in here. Wonder if it'll let me. I can't read any of those. Here lies something. You made me look at stuff that I can't see.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle chat, sir. Please, move along.
Question more. Investigate the tomb. Find a stimulant to bring Andrew out of his stupor. Turn to Upton and accuse Albert Martin. Discover the source of Juliet and her mother's rift. Wasn't the letter in Juliet's room, though? Not... Oh. Yes. Dyslexia can make all kinds of words say and mean things that they're not supposed to say and mean. Not intended to say and mean. Okay, let's go back and talk to her.
She's busy. That's not to bother her until we have something to ask her.
I have something to ask her. Why is she lying to us? The letter was in her room, wasn't it? Let's see if the book will tell us something now. Just walk into people's house. I need you to give
Pardon
me
me, miss.
coffee.
I told you I'm very busy, and I'll get in trouble if I'm caught speaking to you.
Amelie, please. I need to know what you know about Madame Dupre.
How do you
What?
know my name?
How did you know my name?
Juliet told me about you.
Miss Juliet?
Yes, I spoke to her at the university. She mentioned you two were friends.
Yes, that's right. She's always been so good to me.
Look, Amelie, I'm just trying to get some information. And I have a feeling you can be very helpful if you just let me talk to you.
All right, fine. But do it as fast as you can.
Tell me about Madame Dupre.
Oh, I really shouldn't, sir.
It would greatly help my investigation if you did.
Madame Dupre was kind enough to hire me as her cook. It's hard to get jobs in the city. Lots of people want their servants to use those new machines. My sister's brother-in-law got half his leg blown off by one of those new ovens. He's lucky he wasn't killed. So I'm plenty happy working here doing real people's work. But Madam can be difficult sometimes.
Difficult? What do you mean by that?
No, I said enough.
What do you know about Juliet?
She was always so kind to me and the others, but her mother don't like that one bit. Still, she sneaks down into the kitchen to keep me company some nights. Even though she's a good soul, I think part of her does it just to spite her mother.
Likely.
Are you the only remaining servant here?
No, there's another one, Marcel. He's the new gardener. I haven't seen him in a few days, though.
Big house
Not
for
since
just a
before
cook and a
Madam's
gardener.
incident.
What can you tell me about Andrew?
He ain't so bad. Kinda spoiled, but he mostly cleans up after himself. Has a whole private part of the house, but I think he only uses one room. Better for me, way less to clean.
So she does everything.
What do you know about Madame Dupre's supposed death?
All I can tell you is that whoever did it really hated her.
Do you know Albert Martin, the man accused of the crime?
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back to work.
Like Madame Dupree has any way of knowing that she's not cooking.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
We gotta sober him up. How do we sober him
What
up?
can you tell me about your sister, Juliet?
I'm reminded of a famous quote, Mr. Fordham. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Let us part on good terms and avoid the subject altogether, please.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you for yours.
Got anything else to say, Bertie? Nope.
So long, Bertie.
Rock! Bye-bye!
Let's go back upstairs. Maybe there's something up there that I missed that will wake him up.
A horrible little porcelain figurine. Madame Dupre didn't strike me as the type to play with dolls.
Didn't notice the figurine before. I still think this is important. I just don't know how.
Locked.
No.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Those are perfumes. That was the papers that told us we were going to the other room, or the other lodging. Something that references the do-re-mi.
The science
Can't
of
read the book. Bigger pills. There we
The bottle
go.
is empty.
Didn't let me take them last time.
A gentle reminder that I can only wonder what sort of potion.
contraption. Okay. Oh, did we not look at this before? Did I just take that? Yeah, I think you're right. I think I need to... Because now it's spinning. Nothing coming out of it, though. It might be recording me. It could be. So record the harpsichord. It's just slightly out of tune. Teacher Emily, welcome in. Welcome home. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's see, Cult of the Lamb, yeah. I like to watch you do that one. Let's do this one. Did you guys have a good cultish time? Let's see, who did you bring with you? You brought Sicknaz, Hellfire, Yamanari, Aqua Silva, Empress Dagon, the Smiling Stealther. I'm a lurker. The Don Jacards, and supportive Natato. Thank you all for coming in and joining us. We're playing Lamplight City, which is a point-and-click mystery game. Welcome home. This is Hey Mom, Play This. The name comes from my oldest having instituted game day a couple of years ago, and she would introduce me, and still does, to new games by saying, Hey Mom, play this. So there's the story. You can call me Kimmy Amber or Hey Mom, whichever is more comfortable for you. Thank you so much for the follow. I will follow where you lead. Oh boy, that's gonna just keep going, isn't it? Yay, we hit 75 followers. That's happy. Like I said, we're doing Lamplight City. I do a variety of games, mostly cozy. Most people will tell you. I do point-and-click stories. I do cute little things, but I also like more active things. So on Thursdays, I do Red Dead Redemption 2. Just started that recently, and I'm a completionist. Thank you for the follow. I don't call out follows. You are welcome to lurk if you would like. Leaves only me to blame 'cause Mama tried. That is the call of my oldest. Panda Witch 913 is the one who started all of this. She's my oldest. She's the one who, hey Mom, play this. So, but I kind of thought the song was a little appropriate. Big Nancy Drew fan. Yeah, so this is a lot like that kind of feel. Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, and just so much information, and you're supposed to try to tie it all together with the right questions and that kind of stuff. But it's also very forgiving. We basically have been able to ask every question that is there. Got a couple of achievements on Steam for different things that we've been doing, but I'm enjoying it. It's kind of a light kind of thing to do after last Tuesday and previous Tuesdays. I was doing a game called The Room, which is seriously deep puzzle game. It was a brain scratcher. So this one's a lot lighter, and let's Emily, if you need to raid and run, I understand. Raiders, get up, stretch, get something to drink. You are welcome to come back to the house, sit in the family room, and lurk if you'd like. Introduce yourself and chat. Love to have new friends come along. Let's go back to the game here. Come on. I don't know. I'm having trouble sometimes if it's... Oh, what? I didn't know that was up there. Let's ready to rumble. Welcome in, Sid. Let's save. We have not saved. Oh, we get autosave. Well, that's good. Okay. But let's save while we're in here. One of the things I do is... this all started because I would do YouTube videos, and still do, of games that I'm playing for the first time, so that you can see how easy it is to play or difficult, whether or not you like the genre, that kind of thing. So, we can't find a stimulant because it's empty. Still haven't really, other than her relationship with the help and the gardener, we don't really know what the source of the problem is between Juliet and her mother. There's nobody. Well, we've got to find the gardener and question him. Can't get in there. I'm not sure how we're going to get in there. All right. Did that do anything, by the way? It really didn't. Die? Guy's telling stories. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
This quack hasn't gotten anything more for us to learn right now.
Okay. There's nothing
With
in the
vast sums
garden.
of wealth, Madame Dupre could probably
Yeah.
instead.
So where do we find the gardener for all of this? Because we can't ask him many questions if we can't find him. She had nothing left to say to us. Let's go back to the coffee house and see if she has any more information, since that one is still on the map.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
What do you know about Madame Dupre?
Only what I've read about her in the paper. She's been married thrice, which I can empathize with, and she's extremely rich, which I can't.
What makes you think this Martin fellow is innocent?
The fact that the only evidence is the word of Dupre's son. I've seen this sort of thing thousands of times.
I'm in a
and
coffee
sure
house.
you
I can
did
get
too.
coffee.
They're just looking for a scapegoat. You're the only person I know who can put it right.
Upton's intentions are noble, but she has to realize this is just a drop in the ocean.
Right, but you got to start somewhere. May not be able to help every starfish on the shore, but you throwing it back in will make a difference to that one.
I seem to have hit a roadblock. There's an officer posted at Dupre's family tomb, and he won't let me in.
Makes sense. Who's the officer?
I've never seen him before. He's young, has a small scar over his left eye, and a distinct Dixie accent.
Ah, yes, that would be Officer Grant. He's only been with the department for about 2 months. I don't know a lot about him, but he's already got the reputation for being the type of policeman who'd go out of his way to help old ladies cross the street.
Oh, I should have told him
Typical
about the mugging.
Southern gentleman, it seems.
Darn it.
Perhaps you can use that to your advantage?
Well, maybe I'll get another opportunity.
Madame Dupre's son isn't being very helpful.
Is he refusing to talk?
More like incapable. The family doctor has him pretty well drugged to the gills. I need to find some way to perk him up.
Well, you know, we are in
Yeah, I
a
already
coffee house.
made
I
that.
have a feeling it will take something a touch more powerful than coffee. That's enough about the case for now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not
That's
ready to
I
wrap
think.
it up, so.
Then you'd better get back to it.
But can I buy some coffee?
She's running back and forth of
No.
lightnings. All that metal and...
Okay. So, nothing from these folks. Let's see if we get another opportunity with this guy.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got
Oh,
time
man.
for idle chat, sir. Please, move along.
If only that police officer wasn't guarding the tomb, you could go in there and raid it to your heart's content.
But I can't get in
only
there.
that-
How can I get in there around him?
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I... Please.
And it's not like I don't have tools. I know I still have some things on me. It said there was no vigor pills left in the bottle. Agreed upon fee. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on exams without this help, doctors. Oh, that's right. He's a dealer. Kill you myself. You were right, Emerus. I think that's what that says. But yeah, it's somebody threatening him. But this was in her room. I thought. I didn't realize it could. Small human hands to reach. We're plucking those pesky long eyebrow hairs. Poison making her appear dead. Empty bottle of pills. Empty bottle. Benzoyl methyl. Yeah. Those words. Those are words. I think maybe I missed stuff, and because of that, I'm going to...
Nothing else to ask him right now. He's watching you like a...
Oh, what? What am I missing? I don't think there's anything at the house. Unless there was
Home
something...
at last.
It's always nice to see you walk through that door. So what's this big case Upton's got you on? Another missing pet?
If only. A Gascon Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupre? The one whose obituary was in the paper?
Right.
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I know you haven't been feeling your best lately.
You're always a help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
No, you don't.
Certainly hope so.
Because I don't. All right, what else was in here? Conversation about her. She's been married 3 times. Okay. Here's the stuff about... Okay, so that's not helpful. Maybe she can help me.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
How are you? It feels as though we haven't seen much of each other these past few days.
I've been fine.
Addie, you're not a very good liar. What's on your mind?
You could have just moved
I'm
it.
worried about you, Miles.
I know, but I've told you, there's no need to worry about me. I'm all right.
Yeah,
You're
sure
not
you are.
all right, Miles. I may not be a good liar, but you can't fool me either.
I am all right. What do I have to do to convince you of that?
Stop
You could
taking the
start by throwing
medicine.
out that sleeping medicine. It's turned you into a different person.
I needed to sleep, Addie. I'll become an even worse person without it, believe me.
I know Bill's death was hard for you. It was hard for
I
all
will
of us.
ask her.
But whatever it is that's bothering you, you know you can talk to me about it. That's what I'm here for.
I know, my love. Your support means the world to me. I need some time to deal with things. That's all. It won't always be like this, I promise.
Making promises you can't keep, eh, Miles? That'll end well.
She might also know a way to, if not those pills, she may know a more natural way to sober him up.
How's work going? You have any appointments today?
Yes, one this evening. It's been a bit slow lately, but
Did
pretty
you see
soon
that
it'll be
second one?
debutante ball season, and all the Gascon grand dames will need their hair done. You sure I can't convince you to let me give you a little trim? You've been looking awfully scruffy lately.
What's the point?
Who's
I've
scruffy
got no
looking?
need to go peacocking around town. You're the only girl for me.
I like it when you're clean cut. It brings out your eyes.
The way my eyes have been looking lately, I think it's best to keep them hidden.
Distracting the officer.
Do you
We'll
know
come back
anything
to
about
that.
Madame Dupre?
I've read that the Dupreys are one of the few wealthy families that exclusively employ real people to serve. Rather commendable, don't you think?
Yes. It makes it even more baffling why she was attacked. Have you heard any gossip from your clients? Anything about who might have wanted to harm her?
Nothing. She's held in the highest regard by the other grand dames. If she had actually died, I'd have expected them to petition her canonization.
I've still got that song you sang last week at the Rutherford stuck in my head. You were amazing.
Thank you, Miles. That was a lovely evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
They were very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am. What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh yes, I love his work. He's been
Now I have to
publishing a
look
new
up and see
serial
if
in
James
Brentwell magazine.
Penstroke
I
is
can't
a
wait to
real
read
person.
it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
Well, maybe the laudanum has something to do with it.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What is it?
There's an officer posted in front of Madame Dupre's family tomb, and I need to get a look inside. Could you use your wiles and charm to distract
Your
him?
womanly wiles.
My wiles and charm,
Well, you are irresistible, darling. I'm sure he wouldn't turn away a lady in need. Say you've gotten lost in the cemetery and ask him to show you the way out.
Should we really be tricking a police officer like that?
There's no harm in it, and I won't be but a moment inside. It's in a good cause.
All right, let's go then. Excuse me, officer. I was wondering if you could help me?
What do you want?
Oh, that was rude.
I seem to have gotten all turned around. Do you have any idea how to get to the front gate?
My suggestion would be to turn around and head back the way you came.
Yes, I've tried that, but I seem to just be going in circles. Perhaps you could point me in the right direction?
Stop right there. That's quite enough from you.
I beg your pardon?
Don't think I can't tell what your game is. You're trying to lure me away from here and into some alley where your gang of Sambos is gonna rob
my
me
gosh,
blind.
really?
Exactly how many of them have you got lying in
dare
wait
you
for
talk to
poor,
my wife that way?
unsuspecting fools you bring them?
Just one. And he doesn't appreciate you talking to his wife that way.
You know, Miles,
Good for you.
sometimes I forget how absolutely delightful it is to watch you lose your head.
Miles, was that really necessary?
I'm sorry, Addie. You know how I get with people whose minds are full of that rubbish.
Let's just get him out of sight before this lands both of us in jail. That bush over there should work. I have to say, I wasn't expecting assaulting a policeman to be on today's
Battery.
activity list.
It'll be fine. When you're on the force as long as I was, you can pretty much get away with murder.
Although I think you may have already used up that privilege.
Oh,
Well, it's been fun,
Low
but I
blow.
need to take my wiles and charm over to my appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. I'll see you at home later, dear. Try to stay out of trouble.
That nest is full of eggs. But where's the mother bird?
Perhaps she abandoned it.
Always assuming the worst, aren't you, Miles?
Why did she build it in here?
What a dramatic statue. I'm rather surprised no one has defaced it. Hang on. You don't suppose this is...
This is what? Oh, it said something about under the...
Surprise! A hidden compartment with a stash of pills inside.
Yep.
Seems Mr. Montgomery has a little business on the side.
That's right. There was a letter about picking it up under the angel's wings or something.
William Arthur Chesterton, 1770 to 1837, gone but never forgotten. Douglas Chesterton, 1791 to 1840, good riddance. John Patrick Chesterton, 1740 to 1825, patriarch, leader, family man. Desmond Chesterton, 1745 to 1810, strong in life, stronger in death. Celine, 1823 to 1844, taken too soon, rest ye with the angels.
21 years.
Jane Scott Chesterton, 1746 to 1815, ab eterno.
Which I don't know
Sarah
Italian
Chesterton,
anymore.
1784 to 1812, I told you I was sick.
Okay.
Dale Chesterton, 1795 to 1843, a good man, rest in peace.
This must be what was going to be Madame Dupre's final resting place.
I don't see anything inside.
What? Were you expecting a note from her attacker?
No, but I was hoping for some kind of clue at the very least.
These crypts are reserved for future generations of Chestertons to rot in.
There are only 3 left.
Then let's hope the Chestertons aren't opposed to spending eternity cozied up to one another.
Makes me think of a Gilmore Girls episode where Emily is telling the girls that in order to put them in there, they have to move some old uncles and aunts and grandparents out of the crypt. Maybe she can... It means from eternity? Okay. Beginning meaning to symbolize the immortal. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Because I would have looked it up. Except every time I go away from the game. Alright, let's go. Is there a stain on the ground? Was there a stain on... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
She's busy. Best
Okay.
not to bother her until we have something to ask her.
I have something to ask her. Was there a stain? Well, if there was, there isn't now. That's funny, though. Yeah, like I said, I have something to ask her, but they don't apparently want me to ask. Oh, inside. Let me go find out what the son knows, if anything. Wonder if I should have talked to the doctor on my way in. Dude, sober up. I got real
have
questions,
some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
You'll never believe what I found in your family's tomb.
Oh? Was it a ghost?
No, it was these vigor pills. You wouldn't happen to know how they got there, would you?
I see you really are good at your job, aren't you, Mr. Fordham?
Look, Andrew, I'm in no mood for games.
Voice just... Oh,
Just be quiet and take one of these pills.
I suppose one would help. Thank you.
Looked like a faded stain on the floor of the
My
crypt. We'll go back in and look.
goodness, I always forget how fast those pills work. My heart is racing. You said you had questions, didn't you? Well, go on, ask them already. We mustn't waste any more time.
Well, that seems to have done the trick. I just hope we haven't doomed him to a heart attack.
We need to patent that. Because if we could actually create one that gave you that much energy that quickly and didn't have bad side effects of it wearing off, but We could get rid of coffee.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
I can't believe anyone would be so cruel as to do what that wretched bastard Martin did to her. Mother is kind and generous, and everyone loves her.
Not everyone.
She's even good enough to hire actual people to do the housework. Not many wealthy families do that, you know. They just use automated machines or hire servants to operate the manual ones.
How do you typically spend your days, Mr. Montgomery? What are your interests?
I
B12.
studied pharmacology at the university. I'll be graduating next year if all goes well.
Yeah,
I
isn't
just
that
hope
interesting?
Mother has recovered enough by then to understand what's going on. She and Jean were so proud of me when I started university. I'd be so disappointed if she couldn't see me finish.
Who's Jean?
I take it Jean is your stepfather.
Okay.
He is. Mother married him 5 years after my father died of consumption.
My condolences. Do you have a good relationship with him?
Not terribly. Truth is, I hardly ever see him. In fact, before the funeral, I hadn't seen him at all this month.
Where is he now?
I don't know for certain, but it seems likely he's at his hunting cabin.
New
His
location?
hunting cabin.
Yes, he often goes there. It's his way of leaving polite society behind and spending time with his thoughts. Considering what Mother just went through, well, I would guess that's where he's gone. Although, to be honest, I don't know why he's not here with Mother in her time of need.
Why do people run away from their problems instead of facing them? Why, Miles?
Do you know where this cabin is?
Afraid not. I don't share his passions, so I never cared much to accompany him on his outings.
The daughter might know, though.
What can you tell me about
There's
your sister,
a lot
Juliet?
of things here.
Juliet, smart as a whip and just as forgiving. She's a fighter, that one. Despite being the only woman in her class, she's managed to rank at the top.
Impressive.
I only wish Mother was more accepting of Juliet going to university. But you don't want to hear about boring
Actually, we
family
do want to
matters,
hear
I'm
about
sure.
boring family stuff.
But family matters are my favorite. It's always so reassuring to know how much worse off everyone else is.
What's your relationship with the servants like?
Relationship? I don't have one with them. They're servants. Mother always made it clear that they weren't part of the family, just help. We've only got 2 on staff right now, though, the kitchen girl and the gardener.
What exactly were the circumstances leading up to your mother's supposed death?
A few days ago, I arrived home from school and found her collapsed on the floor. She wasn't breathing, so I immediately contacted Dr. Fellows. He examined her and pronounced her dead. We were all completely shocked. I was devastated. She'd been in fine health. In fact, she'd just been out riding that morning. You can imagine our surprise at the funeral when she sprang back to life.
That's a rather exotic bird you've got.
Yes, Ray is nice when he's quiet. But get him started and it's tough to shut him up.
Really?
Who trained him?
I think he already knew some phrases when Mother bought him. She's managed to teach him a few new ones, though.
How is it you know Albert Martin?
He works at the greenhouse where my sister Juliet does her research. The 2 of them were involved romantically, and Mother didn't like that at all. I heard their fights. They were ghastly.
What exactly made you suspect he was the one responsible for what happened to your mother?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? His mother's a notorious voodoo witch. Those people do all sorts of awful things to our kind. It's
Our
all out of
kind.
spite, you know. He knew Mother disapproved of his relationship with Juliet, so he plotted to get rid of her.
So, you're running some kind of pill business on the side.
I'm providing a service, Mr. Fordham. Not everyone in this life is as lucky as I am. People pay top crown for luxuries like airship tickets and social club memberships. Medicine should be affordable to all. Dr. Tennyson has a patent on the energy pill formula and thus a monopoly on the market. That means he can charge whatever he wants. Students use these kinds of pills all the time, you know. Academic rigors can be overwhelming, and concentrating can be difficult without help sometimes. I've got the skills and the equipment. If I can replicate the formula, help my fellow students, and sell them at a much more reasonable price, why shouldn't I?
There's the fact that what you're doing is illegal.
Oh, you're starting to sound just like Mother. And just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's immoral. I can think of plenty of examples where the opposite is true.
You're probably the most altruistic person I've met all month.
The sad part is it's true.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Okay, Bird, got anything else to say now?
Who's a pretty bird?
Quack! Ray's a pretty bird.
Polly want a cracker?
No, thank you. Quack!
Pieces of 8?
I'm meaty.
That's funny. No,
So
Bird
long,
doesn't have
Birdie.
anything else to say.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I think we're done with this house now. Unless we can find the gardener.
Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
Tell me what you know about Jean Dupre.
I'd rather not speak of him. Madame Dupre does not need to be agitated any further.
I take it you don't look very favorably upon him then.
I'll just say this. If my wife had been attacked and left for dead, you can be sure I wouldn't leave her side.
What a gentleman.
Fair.
He doesn't even leave women who aren't his wife.
I see what you mean. Do you know where I might find him?
I only wish I did.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered them adequately.
Because it's always a good thing for your doctor to be adequate. Now, granted, he was just talking about the questions, but let's go in and see if there was... Did we kill the guard? There is a stain. Can't do anything about it, though. Nope. Okay. Let's go see if she has anything else to tell us. Yes, she does.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Is there anything you can tell me about your stepfather, Jean?
He's a kind man. I don't really see him too often. He seemed
Is that
rather
why you
upset
think
at
he's
Mother's
kind?
funeral, but I can't help but wonder if he feels the same way as I do about her death.
What do you mean?
Just that I get the distinct impression that he and Mother's marriage isn't as perfect as they'd like it to appear.
I'm starting to sense a trend here.
Your brother told me that Jean enjoys hunting. Do you know where his cabin is?
Yes, it's in Fenton Swamp. I went out there with him a few times, but I didn't really enjoy it. Frankly, the place is rather grotesque. All those stuffed trophies staring at you with their cold, dead eyes. Plants are much nicer to have around. Anyway, if you take the main road through the swamp, about 1.5 miles, you'll come upon a small dirt path that goes northeast. Take that until you see a small cabin on the left. That's it.
Thank you for the information, Miss Montgomery.
Okay.
No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
It is 20 minutes of 5. We have time to do one more little bit, I think.
Hello? Is anyone here?
There's a rifle
Strange of
missing.
Dupre to leave the door unlocked. Maybe it means he'll be returning soon.
Or it could be that
Satchels,
it's that
boxes,
time frame.
and other assorted boring things for hunting. I had a nasty run-in with an alligator when I was a child. One less in the world doesn't really bother me, to be honest. An absolute bore.
Ah,
Are these even native to New Britannia?
cougars?
Some high society type in the middle of a hunt. I don't understand why anyone would get a thrill out of murdering innocent creatures. It seems Mr. Dupre is a Bollingworth man. Maybe he's not so bad after all. Not a very dignified end for our friend Mr. Bear.
Chimney's empty of ash. Wonder if
One of
that's
the guns
significant.
is missing. Jean must be out using it currently. You really have to wonder about someone who chooses to surround themselves with dead things.
Let's see if Jean has anything interesting in here.
Not very much, except a letter.
Letter's important. Dear John, thank you so much for your help. To think that Mother would try and have me withdrawn from my studies is just unbelievable. Don't worry, I won't tell her you made the university change their minds. One attempt to ruin a life is quite enough. Convenient timing.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my cabin?
Jean
my
Dupre, I
cabin.
presume?
Yes, that's right. Who are you?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the attempted murder of your wife.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Forgive my rudeness, but
He
you
puts
startled me.
Perfectly
rifle away
understandable,
like,
Mr. Dupre.
This is a man whose bark is most definitely worse
swords in movies. All right, talk to me.
Can we talk, Mr. Dupre?
I suppose so. Yes.
I suppose so. Oui.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
Oh,
Just
my
puts it
dear
in his
wife,
back
the
pocket.
past few days have been just awful for all of us.
Yes, I can imagine. How long have you been married?
For 7 wonderful years. Laura and I are just as much in love now as we were on the day we married.
Of course you are,
Does he
which is
actually
why
expect
you're
anyone to believe that nonsense?
hunting while she
You'll
sits there
pardon me for being
catatonic.
so frank, Mr. Dupre, but why are you out hunting and not at your wife's side?
Excuse me? Who are you to lecture me on my marriage?
A fellow married man, that's who. Your wife has just suffered a very traumatic ordeal. Shouldn't you be at home caring for her?
She has
But
the doctor.
with all the confusion at the house, with the police investigating and her being attended to by her doctor, I just needed to get away for a bit. Surely you can understand, Mr. Fordham.
There's something off about this guy, Miles. He's definitely hiding something. And for once, I don't think it's from his wife.
How about
I suppose it
you?
goes without saying that you enjoy hunting, Mr. Dupre?
Yes, I do. I consider myself something of an outdoorsman, you see. It's nice to be able to go out and get some fresh air after being sat at the bank all day.
What about your home life?
Truth be told, I'm not at home as often as I'd like to be. I've been trying to make more time, but something usually comes up. Business is business, after all.
Yeah, but what business are we talking about here exactly?
Yeah. Okay.
What can you tell me about your stepchildren?
Andrew and Juliet? I see a bright future ahead for both of them.
What's your relationship with them like?
It's fine. Why do you ask?
I got the distinct impression from both of them that they hardly ever see you.
Well, yes, I suppose that is true. We don't spend much time together. But they're both so busy with school, I don't want to get in their way. Not to mention my job keeps me away from home for considerable
job?
periods of time.
Excuses, excuses. I get the feeling Mr.
I guess
Dupre
that's
avoids his
correct.
family on purpose. But why?
Do you know anything about the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupre's death?
Horrible. Simply horrible.
Do you have any idea why Mr. Martin might have attempted to kill her?
Mr. Martin? You mean the boys they arrested? Andrew said it's because Martin and his mother are witches who prey on the well-to-do. You only need to take one look at him to see his trouble. It's a shame they put him away so quickly. I'd have liked to teach him a lesson or two, believe you me.
Yeah, right. A lesson on how to cower in the corner, most likely.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupre trying to get Juliet taken out of her classes at the university?
Ah, yes. Laura didn't approve of her daughter's desire to further her education. So, she sent a letter to the university requesting Juliet's withdrawal. I didn't approve of her trying to meddle in Juliet's affairs. If she wants to study, she should be free to do so. I wrote them a letter myself, without Laura's knowledge, telling them to disregard the previous request for withdrawal.
That's very good of you.
Yes, well, I dislike seeing people being told what they can and can't do by others.
Yet, he seems perfectly willing to employ servants at his home.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we're all hypocrites in one way or another.
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Mr. Fordham.
Okay. So now we need to go back and talk to her. Most of her conversations are pretty short.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Did your mother try to get you withdrawn from the university?
As a matter of fact, she did. Just another one of the many ways she tried interfering with my life.
What happened, exactly?
Mother wrote the university requesting that I be withdrawn. I found out about it when the enrollment office contacted me. I couldn't believe it at first. I thought it was some sort of mistake, but then they showed me the letter.
I take it you were upset.
More than upset, Mr. Fordham. I was furious. I was trying to make a real life for myself.
Everybody
One that
dislikes
wasn't
this
about
woman.
dresses or debutante balls or fending off suitors. I'd been given the chance to make something of myself, and Mother was ready to bring it all crashing down, just because she didn't agree with it.
But in the end, you're still here.
Yes, Jean stepped in and fixed everything. He didn't have to do it, but it was very good of him. I'm afraid that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with Mother. We never really managed to fix things after that.
There's that.
No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
All right.
Fordham, are you thinking
What? Are you thinking
what
what I'm thinking?
Wait, what am I saying? Of course you are. Madame Dupre has been interfering with Juliet's studies and disapproved of her relationship with Martin. Hence, they're falling out. Plus, the information in Juliet's notes about ethericity, putting animals into a death-like trance, seems awfully suspicious.
Very suspicious.
It's enough to establish both means and motive. That's plenty to consider her a suspect.
Oh, you're just catching that? I considered a suspect from the first letter. All right. So I have ads in a minute. I'm going to snooze those, and we are going to call it for today. I need to go over here and do this. Okay, I know who we're going to raid. Thank you all for coming to visit with me, and I do appreciate the amount of you taking some time out of your day. I was going to snooze those. Snooze. To come and visit with me. You are always welcome back home. Come and visit me again. My schedule is Tuesday and Wednesday at 1, from 1 to 4 or 5. I think I'm doing 1 to 5, but sometimes it's been a little off. I think I'm actually going to try and finish this particular game tomorrow. I don't think we have very much left, which means that I'll probably end up putting another game in there, and we'll see how that plays as well. Thursday is Red Dead Redemption 2. That one I start at noon. Usually go to 4 or 5. That's a totally different game. It's definitely not cozy. I would call it chill, but it can be. It's rated M for a reason. But I hope you'll come and join me for that. Saturday, I will not be streaming. We have something else that we're going to do. I like Renaissance fairs, and we have one in town or near town that I'm going to go and do that this weekend. Sunday, however, I'm hoping, all technology being equal, minding its manners, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we should be doing Minecraft with Panda. So that's the basic schedule. I hope you will come back and visit. I enjoy having you here. Hopefully you enjoy the games. And let's see. I think that's it. I can't think, there's nothing else on my brain of things to do. So we are going to go and raid Dahlia. Blue Dahlia is playing Palia today. If I can spell, because there was an update, and so they were all, before I started, they were all patiently waiting for the servers to come back up. Impatiently waiting, I should say. All right, thank you again. Take the time to go out, stretch, get something to drink, something to eat, do post-stream care, including going out and touching grass, breathing some air, which I got in trouble the other day for saying and didn't do for myself. So I will be doing that today. And hopefully I will see you the next time I play a game. All right, gonna put this on end, and we're gonna go raid Dahlia.